Yes, guys, welcome. How is everyone? Thank you very much for joining me. It is the call-in show. Today's call-in show is going to be all about Liverpool versus Manchester City coming up this weekend. I want to hear from you guys today about Liverpool versus Manchester City, where the game could be won, where the game could be lost, who will play, who will feature. We're going to talk about, or we're going to wait for a while to get everyone into the show. Once everyone comes into the show, we'll get the phone lines open and we'll get this show underway. But big up to everyone joining me right now. Thank you very much. As soon as you come into this video, guys, please go and smash that like button straight away. I'd appreciate it. Subscribe if you're new as well, and I would love that. Thank you very much. We've got a big game coming up Wednesday. There's going to be two shows, so I'm doing this one today, and then tomorrow night, me and Daps will be on live at 9 p.m. tomorrow night. Daps from Never a Fail will be joining me talking about Liverpool City, where me and Daps will go in depth in that Liverpool-Manchester City game in that preview tomorrow night. But this one's for you guys. This one's for everyone in the chat to get calling in and having your say on this game. It should be an interesting show. Looking forward to hearing you guys. We're going to talk for a little bit first. Wait for everyone to pile in, and then we'll get this show on the road. So some bits of news coming out this evening about Trent Alexander-Arnold. I don't know if anyone's seen this from Paul Joyce. About Trent Alexander-Arnold has played far more than his England right-back rivals in the past 4 seasons. Apparently, it equals of 52 more 90-minute games than Reece James. So Trent, at his young age, compared to like the players like Reece James and stuff like that, he has played an equivalent of 52 more 90-minute games than Reece James in the last 4 seasons. Absolutely mental. Absolutely mental. We wonder why Trent's tired, eh? We wonder why Trent's tired. Absolutely nuts. It's mad. This is from the Anfield Talk, I believe. Instead of taking up an offer of a week off after visiting a concert with Jude Bellingham last Sunday, Trent Alexander-Arnold reported to Liverpool's AXA training ground and got his head down. The focus was on fitness, strength, and conditioning. So big up Trent, and big up to Trent. Then, and so instead of taking the week off like a lot of other people have done, Trent was like, "No, you know what? I'm going to go to the training ground every single day and work on stuff." So I respect Trent for that. I want him to do that. I think some of it is on him, like we've been saying before. A lot of this is on Trent. He needs to sort some of his personal stuff out and issues out, in my opinion. And hopefully that's the start of it. So big up Trent for doing that. Yeah, there's not quite a lot of news from Samurai. Van Dijk was at a music awards, apparently. Why? Darwin Núñez is expected to be available versus Manchester City on Saturday, which is great news. Yeah, great news. Darwin Núñez back in the fold of it. That's what Neil Jones is saying. He expects Darwin Núñez to be available in that game against Manchester City on Saturday afternoon. But it's nice to hear that Trent, instead of taking the week off, realised that he's got to knuckle down a bit and trained. I like to hear that. Big up Stubbs in the house, big up Panoff, big up Psychedelic, big up Ensman, big up Kay, big up Ryan, big up Captain Sal, big up everyone in the chat right now. I really appreciate it. Big up Jersey Boy as well. I see in the chat, big up Ravi, Daz. Nice to see you all here, guys. Nice to see you all here. I had some other news. Let me see if I can find it before we get the people in. Yeah, so again, there's more of this thing with Liverpool targeting the French centre back, Evan Ndickia. Sorry, I burped there. I just had my dinner. I do apologise. Evan Ndickia, obviously of Eintracht Frankfurt, playing in Champions League right now. Obviously was in the He won the Europa League last season, I do believe, with Frankfurt. Decent player. I've only seen bits and pieces. I've not seen a hell of a lot of him. I know a lot of you guys in the chat talk very fondly of him. There's a lot of people on Twitter that talk about him, know quite a bit about him. So I'm not the expert when it comes to this sort of player. But if you guys rate him, then I agree with you lot. Big up Kay and Michael in the chat. Hope you're doing well. So I don't know. Ndicchio, 6'3". He's going to be a free transfer. I was listening to someone on ESPN talking about him earlier, and said if he was available to be bought, he'd be a £50 million centre back, no doubt about it. He's left-sided. He can play left-sided centre back and left back. Again, we spoke about this earlier this afternoon on the other video, Fozzie, that there's links of Tsimikas leaving the football club. If Tsimikas is going to leave the football club, is it because we're looking at someone like an Ndicchio coming in right now? He's a young lad, can play left back, can play left centre back. So maybe that's what Liverpool are looking at. Letting Tsimikas go, getting Ndicchio in. But also aware that Ndicchio will want first team football, and with Kanate, who he played with in under 20s and under 21 level for France. So that's a good thing. Ndicchio played under 20 and under 21 football with Kanate, forming the first choice centre half pairing alongside Virgil van Dijk is no guarantee. Other European giants such as PSG. Now, apparently Ndicchio is Parisian, so he's from Paris. So PSG might be, his first, might be the club he will want to go to the most. So I'm not sure. Hopefully we can get someone like him in. It's a free transfer. It won't cost us anything. It's getting a decent centre back in and leaves the midfield places open. So maybe someone like him would be a decent bit of business. Let me know in the chat what you guys think. And Nick here on the free, what we saying. Evening, Colin. How you doing, my man? Hope you're doing well. Gerson, big up to you. Hope you're doing well. We'll talk about the Luis Diaz stuff in a sec. Yeah, so Luis Diaz is blasphemy, that kit. What's blasphemous about it? I love this kit. New Balance, man. New Balance. What is blasphemy about the kit? Let me know. I don't know, but I love this kit, man. Bit of New Balance, man. Beats the crap out of Nike. We need midfielders more. Yeah, but if he's going to be a free option at centre back, then doesn't waste any coppers, does it? So I'm all right with it. We do need a centre back though. Edwards wouldn't say no. I've heard that about you, Edward. Big up Football Content Factory. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. For free is a good sign. Yeah, exactly. Big up Fozzie as well. You're all good. Have we won in that kit? I don't know. I can't remember. It's a few years old now. When was the last time we played in this? Was it 4 years ago? I can't remember now. 4 years ago? Yeah, I haven't got that. It's New Balance, man. Look, New Balance. It's about 4 years old, I think. Love this kit. You thought it was the black and white, horrible, ugly night kit. No. There's a reason that's on sale everywhere at the moment. Did everyone know that? The away kit is on sale everywhere, apparently, at the moment, because Liverpool can't win in it. So no one's buying it. So apparently it's on sale everywhere. You can get it cheap right now. I think like 30 quid in a lot of places. Could be a good option for sure. The future French connection reboot, yeah. Last three centre back did well. It did. Joel Matip, big up the Matip. Big up Jen, how you doing? Big up, my man. Big up. Any free is tempting from a budget perspective, but we should only sign him if he would want him regardless of contractual positions. Yeah, fair enough. He was under a long-term deal. Would he be someone that we would deliberately target? The club should be banned this season's away kit. Yeah, this season's away kit. Look, it was horrible anyway, so I'd rather play in our third kit as our away kit. You know what I mean? Our kits are crap. Our kits are awful. Big up, big country. How you doing, man? Would you have Ndicka on the back of that kit, though? I don't know anyone. I'm a bit old for names on the back, I think. He plays in the back three. How he go playing the back two. Last season's all white and cream kit was the best. What, that one? That one. Yeah, beautiful. How much would you price Gomez to Newcastle? So, yeah, apparently Newcastle are interested heavily in one Gomez. With Joe, look, with Joe Gomez, it's a difficult one. If it's between him and Matip, I think Matip should leave and Joe Gomez stay. Personally, if it was between, but saying that, you'll go get more money for Joe Gomez. Now, rumours are that Newcastle are very interested in Joe Gomez. They want a new defender. They see Joe Gomez as a player that can suit their centre back area, and it would cost him around 40 mil. That's what I've heard, around 40 million for Joe Gomez. Where I think Matip is available for 10 to 15 million. So I'd rather keep Gomez and sell Matip because I think Matip is absolutely done now, and Matip's gave us great times at the club. He's just come to the end of his cycle. That's all. Time to move on. But Gomez is an hard one because it splits the fan base so much. It really does split the fan base so much. So I'm not sure, but I'd want good money for him. There's no doubt about that. Be up, Jim, in the super chat. Much love. Thank you very much. Appreciated. I'm all out of cream. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, dearie me. Yeah, I agree. Big country. I think everybody around the 40 million mark. Wino thinks Gomez won't be happy to stay on the bench. I mean, that's a fair point as well. Definitely fair point there. I think we're going to be seeing Gomez. I think Nat Phillips is definitely going to leave the football club. I think that's one we can agree on. Nat Phillips is definitely going to leave the football club. I think Reece Williams is going to leave the football club. And either Gomez or Matip might leave, you know. I think either Gomez or Matip might leave. I think one of them two might be heading out of here, you know. I normally have my name on the back. Which number on the back do you go for normally? I don't usually. I ain't had a name on the back of my shirt for a long time. The only one I've got, there's a name on the back of this shirt because my sister got this for me for my 40th birthday. So it's got my nickname on the back of it and number 40 on the back of that shirt. So yeah, it's got my nickname and number 40. So Gomez and Matip bringing in Dikia. Big out Justin. Is it true submitted a bid for Jude? That rumour was started by an agent, a British agent. I think his name was Hodge or something like that. He's a British football agent who says he's heard that they've. I don't know. It could be just clickbait. It could just be all clickbait and all lies, but I'm not sure. It's a bit of news here, though. So this is coming from Martin Ziegler at the moment. He put this from the Times. Apparently, DAZN have bid to broadcast all 1,656 EFL matches per season live, would mean Saturday 3 p.m. blackouts being scrapped. Let me read this out for you guys. This is quite an important thing here. So, as you know, we all hate not being able to watch 3 p.m. Everyone's asking me what a nickname is now, aren't you? So everyone's asking, everyone gets upset that in this country, if you live in England, you can't watch an English game at 3 o'clock in the afternoon if it's not on telly, which is just disgusting. Which is just it's not right. It's not right any stretch of the imagination. If anyone can guess my nickname, I will gift them 1 month's. I'll gift them 1 month's membership. If you can guess my nickname, I'll give you 1 month's membership. All right. So let's have a read of this. So the zone to broadcast every EFL game and matches. Up here. The streaming platform DAZN is bidding to show every EFL match live in the UK and across the world in a move that would lead to Saturday 3 p.m. blackouts being ditched. If successful, there is a strong competition from rivals. It would mean that all 1,656 matches a season across the Championship, League One, and League Two. This is just EFL. Sorry. This is just EFL. So this ain't got to do with the Premier League. This is just EFL. So it's talking about the Championship, League One, and League Two. That would mean a change in how English football is shown in TV. Unlike most European countries, not every match shown in Premier League is made available watched by domestic viewers, and no games to be screened Saturday afternoons. Under existing deals, the Premier League makes 200 matches available to 3 domestic broadcasters a season, and the EFL has 138 games plus playoffs to Sky Sports. The zone proposal will be a big decision for the EFL board members who will have to balance extra income and the possibility of clubs losing match day income, particularly from travelling fans. That's all balls. This is the poor excuse, right? So it's not Premier League. But what they're saying here, if this bid happened, if the zone got the rights to show EFL football, so the Championship, League One, League Two, they're basically saying that it would have an effect on the Premier League. DAZN is understood to be competing against Sky Sports, the right holder since 2002, as well as Nordic streaming giant Viaplay, which has just started showing Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland Euro qualifiers for the next set of broadcast rights from 2024. Other broadcasters are also considering bidding, with the EFL open to a hybrid option. DAZN would open to sharing some games, but wants a proportion to itself as similar to go every EFL match for both fans in the UK and abroad, similar to the deal last month. Right, so they're basically saying there is that if they can get the deal done, then they will. Hopefully, the Premier League will then go into that sort of thing as well. They need it, man. They need it. They need it definitely. Right. What? Let's see. Let's see if you can. Let's see if you can guess my nickname. DAZN will kill off Sky Sports eventually. I agree as well. I think DAZN is the way to go. The problem is streaming is the way to go now. Everyone streams. No one wants a dish on their wall anymore. Everything's through the internet. Everything's through streaming. No one wants all these cables and that everywhere and plugs and all this crap and having to go on every different platform. You have to subscribe to like 4 different programs. Most of us are Liverpool fans here. How many times a month? How many games a month do you see live if you can't go to the game? What, 2, 3? And how much are we paying? Like 80 quid a month. It's a joke. It needs to be changed. Right, a Syrian guest, Naked. JP, Tyler Morton, Phil Pot. Oh God, fill your boots, Big Jamie. I can't take Jamie 00 Pep staring at me at the background. Would you like me to turn him round? Hang on. Would you like me? There you go. I'll turn him round for you. Oh, Jay, no, the Cockney Scouser. I like that one. That's my nickname for you guys. JP, no. Philbert. Oh, no. Crunch. Jammo. Jammy Dodger. Oh, man. Yeah. I mean, that's the way to go at the end of the day. Get Luis Diaz play sometime this week, folks. We'll talk about that in a minute. Spud you like? Spud you like? 10 pints, Jamie. Jamie and the Magic Torch. That was my favourite cartoon. I ain't gonna lie, but no, it's not that. Jamie, what's the best way to watch Liverpool matches in the UK? As I'll be reaching there on the 2nd of April. Big up to you, my man. The best way to watch football in this country is, well, yeah. You get a Fire Stick, and yeah. I can't say too much, but most of their ways it's Sky Sports, BT Sports, Amazon Prime. Yeah, but you don't. You get a Fire Stick. Let it do the stuff. South London's finest, or in the pub. Every pub in the UK, unless they're a rugby pub, most pubs in the UK show the Premier League anyway, and all the big games. So just go to a pub, as Edward said. Jamie, time check. You should be resting during the night. It's only 6:23 p.m. It's all good. Diaz starting his first game in a long time against Walker's pace would be a really big test. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, or get a VPN, as Mike says there. The governor. That's what it should. Mac, that is what it should be. I ain't gonna lie. That's what it should be. Any clues? Big Daddy. Jesus Christ. Oh, jeez. Any clues? Any clues? I would say it's in my name, but I don't use my real surname on here. So, because Jamie's my real name, but my Phillips isn't my actual surname. I've got a different surname, my real surname. But Phillips is my stepdad's surname that I took. Yeah, but it's not my actual surname. So I didn't make it up. It's my stepdad's surname that I took. But it's not my real surname. So my nickname's in my real surname. So if you want to know, you got to find out my real surname now. Feel bad. Jamie Gerard Rushy Carragher. No, it's in my surname, man. What in the George Michael says Trudon? Yeah. Phillips ain't my surname, man. Phillips is my stepdad's surname that I took. So I use it on I use it everywhere. I use it on my Facebook and Twitter and my YouTube channel because my stepdad is my hero. I love the man to death, so I took his surname. But it's not my actual real, what I was born with surname, shall we say. So yeah, it's still not a clue, Mac. Trigger. Mac, what are you trying to say? What are you trying to say there? What are you trying to say? Right, guys, I'm going to get everyone in the chat now. Right, let's get the lines open, yeah? Let's get the phone lines open. It could be anything. All right, let's get the phone lines open. I'm going to pin it in the chat as well. So if you want to come in, have your say, come on in. You're all welcome. You'll never get it. So yeah, the phone line's open. The link is in the chat if anyone wants to come in and have their say on the Liverpool City game. It's Jamie Cater, isn't it? Seeing as you would give him a new deal. Jamie Cater, you know. Jamie calling all dogs who can bark to the stream. Oh man, only Jamie and horses, Jamie Trotter. Right, no one's ever going to guess it, so let me show you, yeah? All right, so there you go. There you go. Can you see it? There you go. That's their nickname. Oh. No one would have guessed it. Oh. Well, man, how you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah. No, my name's not Jamie Brooke. Brooke's just in my surname.
Anyone got that? They should have got a year, not a month. That was a tough one.
Yeah, it's because I didn't take my real surname. It's my stepdad, so I just took it. I'll tell you everyone right now, my real surname is Rushbrook. So my name is Jamie Rushbrook. And everyone, when I was a kid, used to call me Brooke at school. And yeah, everyone called me Brooke at school. And I've had it for about 25 years now.
Oh, wow.
And everyone just calls me. A lot of people just call me it when I'm out. They don't my mates have never called me Jamie for about 20 odd years.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's like that. So, Sir Brooke.
That's what I thought. I thought Sir Brooke was better.
Sir Brooke. So how you doing, my man? How you doing?
Good. I'm happy to see coming back on the Prem League. So come back to the fixtures.
Definitely.
How about yourself?
I'm doing it now. National Week is over. I did 3 international watch-alongs. And do you know how difficult they were?
Oh, I bet. I know.
They were hard going, man. They were hard going. They were a slog. International football, I don't know about you guys, but it's just not what it used to be. It's quite a lot of the international teams now. I don't know about you guys. They're so average. They're just the France. I looked at the France-Netherlands game. Now France won 4-0, and they didn't even get out of second gear. I don't know about how you guys feel, but chat about it.
That virus hurt them though. When a lot of their players got hit by that virus, and that made a difference.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, they all got the shits, didn't they?
Yeah.
Big up, guys. Big up, Edward. Big up, my boy. Big up. And big up, Albert. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Albert said, hey, you look very relaxed, Albert. You just had a nap.
No.
You look chilled.
Minding my business, man. I have a backache, so I'm just.
Oh, you got backache?
Yeah.
I know what they're like, man. There's nothing worse than a backache, I tell you. Nothing worse than a backache.
When you support Liverpool,
it's headaches and backaches. Whoa. Right, guys. So, got Liverpool, Man City this weekend. First game back after the international break. Nice, easy away game. Luis Diaz, guys. Luis Diaz back in training. How are we all feeling? 12 man, how are we feeling about it?
That's good.
It's what we need. I think we really need to see. I don't know about other people's interpretations of it, but I know that when I see Luis Diaz on the pitch, he brings such an energy. He has such a, it's a unique thing that he brings to the pitch. And it seems it's just a happiness, an enjoyment for the game. And I think that that's something that hopefully, inspires a lot of the other players to pick up their performances as well.
Yeah. Edward, how do you feel about him coming back?
Yeah, we definitely need him back. But,
Edward, I love your first words like, yeah. Yeah, okay. No, man, he is good having him back. Go on, Edward.
It's good having him back, but I would be cautious and probably not even start him in the game this season and just having him as a sub and a few minutes here and there. It's more important to have him back and raring to go from the start of next season.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Popeye, what do you say about Luis Diaz?
Good player. Glad he's back. Do you know what I mean? We need that little bit of spark. We need something to. All right, the season so far is dreadful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With all the injuries with the players, and him coming back, it just sort of like, I think does give us more of a fucking thing to look forward to, because it's like we're going one step forward and 2 steps back.
Yeah. No, I agree.
That's my how I see it at the moment. You know what I mean with Liverpool. Do you know what I mean? They've got a good side there. There's a few there that are past the sell by date now. That need to go. You know what I mean? But it's like it's a good squad. If they were all playing on the same sheet, they'd be they'd be mustard. Look at the time when Marley was there. They were mustard.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Albert, how are you feeling about it?
Let me make a bold prediction. We will win that match.
That is a bold prediction.
Explain. Why am I saying that? My greatest I'm happy Luis Diaz is back, because he's the only player who is actually in our team right now who is only actually able to take a game by the scruff of the neck and will as a result, whether it's a draw or a win or whatever. Having said that, he hasn't played for 6 months, 7 months, so you can't expect too much from him, even if he's going to make a cameo role or whatever. I think it's a slow building up process. In fact, given apart from where we are right now and needing somebody with that oomph factor, I would even have said he should play again this season. I would have slowed down his reintegration into the team, but we need a Luis Diaz in our team right now. The reason why I'm saying we will win the match is because Phil Foden is not playing. He tends to play very well against us. He tends to give Trent a lot of problems, and I don't will him any ill, but I'm happy he's not playing. That's some people have said about Haaland. For some reason, Haaland is unable to deal with VVD. For some reason, he's unable to deal with Van Dijk, and I see, given the growing problem he has, even if he plays, I'm sure Van Dijk will be able to deal with him to an extent. I'm not saying that Manchester City are an easy team to handle by any stretch of imagination, because they have all kinds of other weapons. I mean, there's Julian Alvarez, there's Gundogan, there are all kinds of other weapons that they can inflict on you. But I think that if the likes of Gakpo, Nunes, I don't say much about Mohamed Salah these days, because it depends on which Mohamed Salah will show up. If the Mohamed Salah that is the Mohamed Salah we know shows up, he takes them apart. If he decides to be the Bournemouth, if the Man U Mohamed Salah shows up, it's a different ball game. If the Bournemouth Mohamed Salah shows up, that's the other side of the spectrum. But I think we'll beat them. I see us getting at least 7 points from the next week's games. What I worry about is losing to Leeds, which we will promptly do after doing so well next week.
I've gone on record and said I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't lose a game out of them 3 matches coming up, because the way Liverpool are at the moment, and then Leeds and Nottingham Forest calls us the most aggro. It's just the way Liverpool are right now. 12 man. What? Yeah, exactly. 12 man. What do you say on that?
We are not serious. I don't know whether you call that serious. We are not serious.
It's mad. 12 man. What do you say? What Albert said there about that?
Well, I think what Albert says is pretty spot on. I also think that what I am optimistic about is, I know we had Diaz come back before and he got injured. I know everyone's got this mindset of, we need to just work him back slowly. Obviously, that's the way to do it, obviously. But I also think that Liverpool this time around, considering what happened before, they have to be more than 110%, 100% sure that he's able and capable of going on the pitch this time. They can't have another setback. They can't allow for this to be a return, a repeat occurrence of what happened before by him just being on the pitch. So I'm optimistic that Diaz's spark will be there. And I'm also big on Nunez. I think that if there's anything that will happen this run is that we need to see the Nunez spark or the chaos once again return to this team where he brings out that energy, that community shield, the energy that he had in the community shield against Manchester City is what I would like to see.
Fair enough. Edward, your take on it?
Well, on the game on Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah, and what Albert and 12th Man have said there. What's your take on it all as well?
Yeah, I mean, I get their points. I mean, I think we'll beat City, but lose to Arsenal. That's what I'm taking it. But yeah, I agree. I understand where they're both coming from in terms of Luis Diaz. We do definitely need to be careful, and we definitely need to not rush him back and make sure he doesn't have a recurrence of his injury if he comes on before he's ready. So definitely don't want that. And I think I would say if next week doesn't go well and we're definitely out of the top 4 battle, there's no point even giving him many minutes really, because that's all we're fighting for at the moment. So if that's lost, why risk him this season? And next week is it. So time will tell this week coming up if we will need him in the last 4 or 5 games or not.
Popeye, what do you say about that?
I think Diaz, didn't he hit it like ground running when he come first time? When he comes to us, he hit the ground running. I reckon he'd be all right. I reckon he needs the games. He needs the games. And what he was saying about top 4, that's all we've got this season. And if we don't get it, who wants to come to a team that's, you'll be watching Thursday night instead of Wednesdays, the Champions League. And UEFA Cup is Mickey Mouse Cup, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, Thursday night. Oh.
But guys, you know what? I think that per my numbers, and let me correct me if I'm wrong. There's a full third of the season left, so we still have a lot to play. Yeah,
12 games. Yep.
Right,
Yeah.
we still have a lot to play for. I don't think it's out of the realms of possibility that we qualify for the top 4. That said, if we don't qualify, I'd rather we are 8th, because I simply don't want to have to answer the jibes about playing on Thursday, seeing what I've done to others. I don't want to deal with that, because what I've been doing to Arsenal and Man U fans, for those that no, I'd rather. I'm telling you, there's a certain peaceful, a restful peace in not playing at all. If you're not going to play on Tuesday and Wednesday, man, we'll rebuild our team from there. I'm not enthused for any reason that Liverpool goes back to where we used to be. No,
I agree.
Going to play in fucking Nagorno-Karabakh and what's the other place? Jugarden and IFK Nokoping on
Azerbaijan or somewhere.
Our boys having steam coming out of their foreheads. No.
I mean, I agree. Look, I don't want that either. I don't think any of us want that. We want to be a Champions League team every single year. Look, there is a lot of points to play for. I think, have we got 11 or 12 games there?
You see those Thursday matches, right? You see them playing on a football park, on a football pitch, and then when the camera pans, you see a harbor with ships sailing on the no.
Yeah, we have 12 games coming up, Jamie, and I'd like to put this out for everyone else, for all the Reds fans as well. I heard what Klopp said. He said this is a pretty decisive week. That was his exact words. And I know that, our form hasn't been the greatest, but yet if you look at it, for some reason, this team does, despite Real Madrid, they do step up and play well against the top teams, the bigger competition. And if you look at it, we've taken 15 points, for instance, against the top 6. And that's more than anyone else in the league so far. We've won 5 and only lost 2. So I think that those numbers are a little bit more of a reassurance of, some confidence building. We don't play well at the Etihad, but I mean, at the same time, I know that if there's any time or for any team that we do step up or at least concentrate on bringing our best A games against, and that is City. So yeah. I think that that's something that we should all be confident, or at least have some confidence in. What's that?
No,
Except at the Etihad.
Oh, yeah, I know. Our record at the Etihad is pretty poor. I know.
I think that by far, Foden plays his best matches against us, and I am, like I said, it's a relief that he's not playing. At the very least, we'll get a point.
Is Haaland playing? I think Haaland's not playing too, Uncle Al, right?
Well, they are saying it's touch and go. I think that's shithousery. I think he will play, but he's definitely not 100%.
Right.
So, yeah. But and you see, I think our boys have a lot to play for. In their minds, they know that they've messed up the season. Between themselves, the manager, and FSG, they've messed up the season, and they know our fans are upset, and they're going to go out there and they're going to show some resolve. Nunes also plays very well against Man City. In our first match, 12th man, you were mentioning the Community Shield. He played very well in our first match as well. He played very, very well.
Didn't
he?
Yeah.
Took his shirt off.
Yeah. I think we will do well against them. Like you were saying, we've played well against the big teams. Against Arsenal at the Emirates, we were robbed. I mean, that match was like going to play in Lubumbashi in Zaire, but we were robbed cold. I don't think they get to do well against us in Anfield. We will get. I see at least 7 points. We don't tend to do well. We don't tend to beat Chelsea. We always draw against them for some reason.
Yes,
I don't know what the deal there is with. Yeah. So I see another draw in that match. But I think we win Man City and we win Arsenal. So I'm expecting. The only thing, of course, the only thing, of course, is that is the 12:30 thing. It's a 12:30 thing. Yeah, but at least we don't get to wear the white jersey. So that's good.
Yeah, big up, Drew. Big up, Amir. Welcome. How you guys doing? Hope you're doing good. How you doing, Drew?
Yeah, not bad. How you doing? You all right?
Yeah, we're doing all right. We're just doing all right. We're going to be talking about Liverpool City mostly, and look, I'm worried about the City game. I ain't gonna lie. We're crap away from home this season. City are an amazing team. Yeah, they go have no Foden, which I think is a bit of a blessing actually, because Foden's starting to come back into this City team and look at his best again, and he is a quality player. Haaland, we don't know the state of Haaland right now. They're saying he's injured, but I expect him to play. It's going to be a difficult game, but Luis Diaz is back. And this is a question for everyone. I'll start with Drew.
Yeah.
I'll start with Drew. Would it shock you if Jurgen Klopp put him straight in the side against Man City? We've got to get... And the reason I say that is we have to get top 4. We've got nothing else to play for now. Yeah. It's one game a week. Is he just just go for it?
Yeah. To be honest, I think Klopp done the same thing with Virgo anyway. So I think there's certain types of players that we already know, if they are fit, that they will play. As much as Gakpo and Nunes have done well, I do think we have missed Diaz greatly. So me myself, to be honest, I would put him straight in. Diaz knows himself if he's ready or not. So if he says, "Yeah, cool, I'm ready to go," then yeah, cool, you're ready to go. Players know themselves best, so I wouldn't be surprised. I'm actually expecting him to play, and I want to see the front three of Nunes, Diaz, and Salah, and then
Yeah. Going in 12th man, what do you reckon?
With the Diaz being included?
Yeah, does he start from straight away? Because I don't
think so. I don't think
if
so.
we had other things like Champions League still to play for and another cup maybe, I'm thinking he might take his time with him.
Right.
Because we've just got top four now. And as you say, if we don't get anything out of City, Arsenal and who is it? Who else we got? Chelsea. Then well, them three as well. But them 3 games. Even if we lose all 3 games, yeah, and then we got these games ain't going to matter because top four's done.
Right.
You know, is Klopp looking at these 3 games, thinking, right, if we can not lose any of these 3 games, maybe pick up 7 points out of them 3 matches. And then we got a quite decent few games after that. No cup games, no Champions League to worry about.
Right.
Do you think that for that reason he puts Luis Diaz straight in the team?
I don't think he puts him straight in the team, only because I know that you want to. Klopp has a history of bringing players in slowly rather than just throwing them into the folds. And I don't want to. I like most of the panel, most of the Reds I've heard speak on it. I don't want to see Diaz come in immediately. I don't want to see a lot of Diaz or him being pushed to exertion or being pushed possibly to, because I don't think Diaz has a low gear. He doesn't, in his mindset, he is always high gear, high energy. And that is something that you want to bring out as a measured weapon for yourself. So I don't see him bring him in. I personally think that he would have him on the bench, but I think that hopefully we can get to a place where we don't necessarily need to bring him in.
But 12 man, can I ask you a question? Do you not think that if there was City, that if that was Pep and Haaland, obviously, which quite similar situation, that Pep would probably still play Haaland if Haaland says he's good to go?
Off of the same injury?
No, I mean,
Haaland's not come back from a knee injury.
Yeah. But I mean, like, I'm saying, like, if he says he's good to go, do you not think that if the player says he's good to go, would you not let him play, or would you still, especially in the predicament we're in? I mean, we're not like City to where they can afford to not play Haaland and just put Alvarez or whatever.
I understand that, but I also understand the fact of, and it's something I'm excited about, is that our front line, possibly now that they're healthy, is one of the strongest front lines in the Premier League. You can't say you have Salah, you have Hatta, you have Hakpo, you have obviously Diaz now returning. You have Bobby. I mean, I would see him sooner putting in Bobby than doing, especially since Bobby has some great performances against Man City, than saying I'm going to rush back a player that just came back from injury. That's my personal opinion, Drew.
Before we carry on 1 second, I've just got a bit of breaking news. It's not got to do with Liverpool, but apparently Chelsea are thinking about sacking Graham Potter and bringing Julian Nagelsmann to Stamford Bridge.
Wow.
I think that'd be a good signing if that happens.
You might as well.
Well, if they have 60 million pounds to burn, I'll take one. They can give him 59. I'll take one.
No, Uncle, you can't take it. You gotta give it to Liverpool. We need the money. You know what I mean? We need it.
I need more money. I need money more than Liverpool, man. Shut up already, man. Liverpool don't know what to do with money.
Let me go, Amir. Big up, Amir. How you doing, man? Miracle Cop. How you doing, man?
Good, man. How are you, man?
We're doing good. Well, so what's your opinion on Luis Diaz thing? Will he start against City? Will he come out and have some minutes? What do you reckon?
Honestly, I think in my opinion, I think Diaz should have some rest because he just came back from a knee injury. So I wouldn't start him right away. I would just leave him for next season and just give Gakpo a chance because Gakpo has been playing good for Liverpool. So yeah, I think I would just give Gakpo.
Wait, next season? Wait, huh?
Wait, what, next season? Oh, no, I'm sorry. I mean in the later games.
Oh.
Yeah. My bad. I'm tired. I'm tired.
Gakpo, look. This season, Gakpo. Personally, I think our front three for the rest of the season, because we've got everyone back now. We've got a full forward attack back.
Yeah.
Edward, who would be your front three from now to the end of the season? Edward?
Yeah, my front three will be Jota, Nunes, Salah.
Jota, Nunes, Salah. What, Jota on the left?
Well, they can both interchange on the left, but for me, I'll start both of them. And
Yeah, Jota. That's a good one because Jota has started quite a few games lately, ain't he? See, I did the video earlier, and I don't know what sort of future Jota's got next season. Just for the fact that he hasn't scored in 12 months. Obviously, he's been injured a lot.
Yeah.
And in the time he's been injured, we bought Darwin Núñez and Gakpo. And I just wonder how Jota plays next season. But it's a heck of a shout. Popeye, who would you go with?
I would go with Salah. I'd go with Nunes, and I'd go with what's the other guy's name? The new one as well.
Gakpo.
Gakpo, yeah. I'd go with them because, yeah, and I'd have like Bobby on standby. I'd have them all. Like, this is what's wrong. It's like I'd have Bobby on standby, Thingy on standby on the bench. Diaz. But they should play Diaz, not straight away, but like play him in the game, give him some minutes on the pitch to get his legs back, sort of thing. You know what I mean? And Núñez, not Núñez, the other one, Jota. He's just a different player now. He's just there, sort of thing. There's nothing in him anymore. You know, like when he first come, he was banging them in. Now he's just I'm missing.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
I would say though, but when Jota, in previous times, Jota has come back in when we're on the up and doing well, rather than when we're doing badly.
Fair point.
Yeah.
Fair point. It's a fair point. I mean, it's only this season.
It also depends on what formation we actually go with, I believe, because realistically, I can see us doing a little bit more of a 4-2-4, possibly, which he has done a little bit. By trying to get in that way, you could get Diaz in, you could get Hata in, or have Gakpo and Núñez, Salah, and then switch in and out of Bobby being in that number 9 role or 10 role. I think that's going to be a major difference as to what is the actual formation that we start off with, at least. I think that'll be determined.
Yeah, like against City guys, I go Chris. Big up, Chris. How you doing, well, mate? With Diaz back, I know Chris is happy that Diaz is back. That's his man. With
his hometown boy.
not really, but yeah, I'm happy.
Yeah, on the medical side of it, Chris is a bit worried, and I understand.
Did he play against Did he play for Colombia, Chris?
No. He was not involved.
He wasn't involved. Okay.
No, that's good. Yeah, he's been at home training with the team, I think. So against Man City on Wednesday, like, we got a midfield issue. Obviously, we know about that, but it's got deeper now. Stefan's got injured and is out for the rest of the season. With the midfield scenario, it looks like Elliott, Fabinho, and Henderson is our midfield three now till the end of the season. It makes me sick saying that. Right, so that's our midfield three for the end of the season. True. Would you feel like going maybe just playing 2 of them and playing a Gakpo or someone like that in number 10, Chris?
Wait, sorry, what's the question again? My bad.
So, because of the midfield situation we got right now, Stefan's out injured. We know he loves to play 4-3-3.
With an adductor injury, he's done for the rest of the
and with Gakpo in the team, against Real Madrid, Gakpo basically played the number 8, didn't he, in that second leg? He basically played the number 8 position, number 10. Do you think he might look at start doing that now till the end of the season, where he sort of plays all 4 forwards in a way?
Like he did when Coutinho was here, right?
Yeah.
Remember that when Coutinho was here, like that last 6 months he was here, we played all those 4 attackers, right?
That way you can get a Jota and a Gakpo maybe in that 10 role. You can get someone on the left, someone on the right, Darwin through the middle.
I would like to see it. I would like to see us play like that because I think that year when Coutinho was here and it was Mane, Salah, and Firmino. It was like probably the best attacking football we've seen.
Jeez, fire.
One of the best attacking football we've seen.
Yeah.
But I think the issue that we don't have, that we had then, that we don't have now, is the midfield cover. I think the players were a lot younger then; they had more legs then. So, yeah, I don't know. So I would say I would agree with you, Jimmy. Maybe put Gakpo in the midfield, but I think now, because we're at this stage of the season, we need results, and we don't have time to experiment. I think. So, yes or no? I don't know what you guys think. I think this,
Great point.
this is something for next season that I'm way open for. But I think because of we're in a place right now where we could make technically speaking, right, numerically speaking, we could make top four because based on the situations around everyone else. But then we cannot make top four at the same time. So, and since we're not in the Champions League and we're not in any other competition, we have to go gun holes with the league. We have to and get enough points as we can. So I don't know, man. I don't know.
I think with Klopp, you can never tell. I don't know if you guys are talking about basically playing Gakpo as an inverted, 10, like the way France play
Griezmann.
the way France play Griezmann. But with Klopp, he can start it, and then all of a sudden, if he gets uncomfortable, he just brings in Elliot, and everything just Elliot and Milner, and he just messes everything up. So I don't know what he would do, but I will play City the same way he played them at Anfield. Play them with a 4-4-2 and keep Salah central, because I just watched Salah yesterday or the day before playing for Egypt. When he plays for Egypt, he plays central. He's played central at least 3 times that I have seen for Liverpool, and he's excellent playing central. I will play him central against Man City for the reasons, like the way Man City deploy. Obviously, he doesn't have Cancelo to use and abuse these days, but I don't know who he can use and abuse. Maybe there's Rico Lewis. I don't know. I don't know what Klopp will do. On you guys pretty much know that between now and Friday, he's going to have ESPN fights. He's going to have WWE SmackDown. He's going to have WWE Raw before Saturday. So goodness knows what he's going to do. But I still think he can win. So he should go for it. I agree with all of you guys who are saying he should go for it. He should go for it. There's no point in being conservative and trying to. No, we don't have that. He should go for it.
Fair enough. What's everyone else think?
I think if he does stick to his tried and true 4-3-3, that you're going to see most likely Gakpo, Nunez, and Salah be the front three, in my personal opinion. And I think that the reason why you'll see that is because if you've noticed, I believe Nunez and Gakpo have been getting very familiar with each other, in that they've built some type of relationship, again. and it's starting to click with them a little bit, and finding if Salah I want to see Salah do what he did in the Man U, which is just do these attacking runs. He actually would take the ball and actually dribble and do these attacking runs into the box. Those are what I want to see Salah do. And if we can get that going on, I think our front line will be solid.
Against Man U, he was completely unplayable. That kind of Salah, if we get him for 6 games out of the remaining 12, we are playing top 4. That Salah, if you get him 6 out of the 12 games, we are playing top 4. If you get the Bournemouth version, that's not good.
Yeah, I agree.
Klopp did something that I want to commend him for. One way or the other, he didn't allow his Brazilians to go and play international break. He found a way of finagling that Nunez thing, because the real issue to me was he didn't want that guy to make a 20-hour round trip and come back with jet lag and be a zombie in the match. He found a way to get all the people that he needed for Saturday, not to be. I wouldn't even be surprised if he was behind Trent not being called for England. Klopp is like that. He can do those things. So I think he's pretty much zoned in on that game. Whatever he does, we'll be watching, and hopefully we'll get a result. I honestly, I believe in my heart that we can win that match. It will be a narrow victory. I think we can win it.
So, do you guys think that Trent will start?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you read the thing about Trent today?
No,
So apparently when everyone else was allowed to holiday, Trent decided not to go on holiday, and he went. He trained every single day. That's what Paul Joyce put out today. He went to the training ground instead and trained on like conditioning and fitness and stuff like that.
Don't say that, Jamie, because now I'm gonna watch him even extra.
Bill and Trent are incoming.
I'm gonna go pour me some alcohol. Give me a second. This is ridiculous.
See, do you know what it is, Jamie? Now everybody's gonna be like, okay, let's see what Trent's gonna do. Yeah, hey, Jamie, he was training. Was he not training? Yeah, that's what everybody's gonna start doing. Yeah.
I have a question.
He shouldn't do anything to injure himself. We need him healthy. So overtraining can also make him underperform. So he should just get out there and do his best. That's all we ask.
I have a question for you, Jamie.
Go on.
I was going to say, do you remember, in the panel too, do you remember 2018 Champions League run that we played at the Etihad, and we're playing City, and it was 2018, and Mane came in, he got what I thought was a foul, lost the ball.
It goes missing in games.
And Salah scored the goal. Do you remember that?
I remember that.
Yeah, I remember that.
I don't know if you get a chance. If you do, look at the way Salah reacted after he scored that goal. He had like such a fire, such a hunger in his eyes. I'd like to see him return to that Salah. That is similar to what you were saying when you spoke about when he missed the penalty shot, and he was smiling, and how you said he normally would have been angry. He would have been mad. He would have some fight in himself to say, I need to, take it that much of a notch above. I'm hoping that we get that Salah this weekend. And he
played well. He played well in Egypt's qualifiers. He played very well. So if like I was saying earlier on, that Manchester United Salah, and that's unplayable. He's completely unplayable.
But guys, that Man U game, let's be honest. Whoever he was defending on that side, there was just, I'm not sure. I think they moved somebody from that side that originally does play there all the time defensively, because
it was Martinez and Shaw.
Yeah.
It was Martinez and Shaw.
What, on the left side? Not left. No. Sorry, right. No, Salah's side. Salah's right. No, Salah's on the right side.
Yeah, Martinez and Shaw.
Martinez
and Shaw. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I have a question for you.
I'm thinking, why would Shaw be playing? Oh, okay. Yeah, actually, no, you're right. Oh no, do you know? I'm getting the sides confused. Sorry, you're right. Yeah, it's the other. Okay, never mind. Sorry. Yeah.
Go on, Amir. You had a question. Go
on. So I saw Salah playing the role as a number 10 in the Egypt qualifiers, and what I've seen in Salah is that he played through the center and dropping more to the right, making good passes and generating counterattacks. Would you like to see Salah playing as a number 10 in a 4-2-3-1 formation or something like that?
Do you know what? I think when Mo, as he gets older, I think that might be his role. As he gets older, but at the moment, I think not right now. But maybe when he gets a bit older. I don't know about you.
You know what, Jamie? I
was going to ask that as well. 10 at Roma.
Sorry, again, Dave.
Didn't he play number 10 at Roma behind Dzeko?
Yes. He played there and off the left, off the right. Sorry, he played there and off the right at times,
Yeah. Do you guys think Salah could be like you see how Mane towards the ending was just playing striker down the middle, whatever? Do you think that just
But
being.
that's what he did against
think-
Manchester City and Spurs. Remember, and Napoli at Spurs away, Manchester City at home, Napoli at home. That's what he did. They played him through the center.
The difference is though, Salah can play down the middle, but he can't play down the middle in a 3. He can only play down the middle in a 2.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yes,
So,
yes,
that's the
absolutely,
difference.
absolutely.
Like
you're
Mane,
right.
for example, can play down the middle in a 3 because he's got certain attributes Salah doesn't have.
yeah. I think that Nunes and Salah probably could have worked the same way as City do Alvarez and Haaland.
I mean, it helps if you have Cancelo and Dyer making stupid mistakes. It helps.
Yeah.
That is true. That is true. Right. So what we're going to do? We're going to pick the team. Let's pick the team. I'm going to get the team up, and we're going to pick the 11 we think should play against Man City, guys. We'll have a debate about it. Right. There we go. Right. So, what formation does everyone want to play? What formation do you think we should play against City?
4-4-2.
What will happen most likely, probably.
4-3. Right, let's go with Jamie Phillips football chats formation. Then we'll
I
go
always
Klopp
ask
formation.
the question: do you want us to talk what Klopp will do or what we want?
Yeah.
Let's do what we should do
Okay.
us first, and then we'll do what Klopp does.
4-2-3-1.
4-2-3-1. 4-2-3-1.
4-2-3-1. Right, I think that's what it's up there. I've got that. So do you want 4-2-3-1 B like that or A like that? What one?
I want the box. I want the box.
Probably the
type.
other one.
I want the box type.
Probably
That
B.
does not, yeah. Right, guys. So let's go from the top first. Let's go striker. Who's playing that number 9 role who played this formation?
It has to be Nunes.
Nunes.
Yeah.
Nunes.
Like, we need to actually keep, like, I think striker is the one position that you can't always change. We need one guy that just plays there week in, week out all the time. Let him play there.
Right, let's go for the big one. Who's going to play left mid on Saturday afternoon?
Well, I'm going for Jota personally.
That'll be me, wouldn't it, at this point? Might as well.
Yeah.
So is it going to be Gakpo, Jota, or Diaz?
I'll start with Jota.
I think it's gonna be Hackbo, but
For me, I'll start with Gakpo.
It's going to be Gakpo. He's not going to drop down.
Gakpo will be in the camp.
Right now, he's
But remember, we got that we got that cam position. So who we going to put left?
I'll
In that
start
case,
with
he starts Jota.
Gakpo.
it's going to do 4-2-3-1. You're going to start. Yeah.
Right, let's put Gakpo there a minute, and then we'll come back to it. There's no point even mentioning this, is there? So, right. Who's going to play Cam then? Who would you? If you got Gakpo on the left, Mo on the right, no in there. Are you playing Jota, Harvey Elliott, Carvalho? Who are you playing?
Wait, is Bobby? No, he's not. Bobby's not available, is he? Or is he?
He is.
Yeah, Bobby's
Bobby's
available. Yeah, Bobby's available.
I mean, I'll go on Gakpo there, but if Bobby now, yeah.
He'll play Elliott somewhere, so put him somewhere.
Well, let's go with our one first, and we'll do
Our
Klopp's one.
first, yeah.
Let's do our one first.
Okay, cool.
Who would you guys?
You know what?
rather
Honestly,
play?
I don't think we can. I would just be safe and put Bobby there. Really, I just don't think we can slack. But that's just me, really. I would just put him.
Do you know what I think the problem is though in playing Bobby in the camp when you have Gakpo on the left? Gakpo is going to naturally want to drift where Bobby is.
Yeah.
Then they'll get in each other's way.
I think
That's why
I think
on the left.
Yeah, I think Gakpo at the moment is better in that position than Bobby. I actually think Gakpo's better with his back to goal than Bobby as well. I think he's got better close control. And he's quicker on the counter-attack. You know, we're going to play counter-attacking football against City. So I probably want Gakpo actually in that area. So let's change that. Let's put Jota on the left. And let's put Gakpo there. So that's our front four. Who's the sitting two, guys? Who's the double pivot in our team?
It's gonna be more like sitting one, really, for being a leg, really, isn't it? So
I mean, I there's somewhere along the line, Fabinho definitely.
Henderson.
Definitely.
It'll be Fabinho, Hendo, isn't it?
Fabinho and Henderson.
yeah.
Fabinho and Hendo.
quite sad.
Really.
Really.
It's
Smelly,
Fabinho
bro.
and Henderson. You can't get around that.
This is
I think Henderson will be on the right and Fabinho will be on the left.
Yeah.
Well, I've done it now. So, back four. Who's right? What did everyone think of the Dutch legends coming out having a go at Virgil? What did everyone think of that, by the way?
They have a point.
Jealousy. No, it's jealousy. They have that's some agenda. That's some agenda talk right there. Especially the way that a lot of what they were saying was very personal. That means you don't like the shine that this player is getting, and yeah, that's agenda.
Yeah.
What was actually said though, like specifically?
I think it was saying about Rude.
It was funny.
Rude Hullet basically said, Virgil plays too safe as the defender. Right, he likes that he plays sideways too much and plays to the other centre back when he passes the ball. When I was watching the game, I got to say, I'm not sticking up for Virgil here, but I saw him spraying diagonals all game, so I'm not quite sure what he wants him to do.
Exactly.
And who was the other one who had a go at him? It was Rude Hullet and who was the other one who had a go at him? Who's the striker, the former Dutch striker?
Van Basten.
Van Basten.
Yeah, Van Basten called him. He said he ain't a leader, didn't he? He said he's not a leader. He's not a leader. So, what do you think on this Van Dijk situation? Is Van Dijk out of form, or is he starting to go backwards in his career? What do we reckon, guys?
I think
But Van Dijk has had an ACL. I mean, there's a medical man here. You can ask him what happens when you have an ACL. I mean, all you need to do is look at the scar on his knee. That's bad enough. He's never ever going to be like he was. And I think the criticisms against him were very, very, very unfair. I mean, I don't blame Ruud Gullit though. If your wife leaves you for a guy who's a kickboxing champion, that's exactly what you're going to say, because you can't go ask him any questions, especially when he's 21 years younger than you. I mean, that was so unfair. I mean, Van Basten knows about injury. Injury ended your career. So why would you say that about somebody who was at least trying to come back and get back? Van Dijk is Van Dijk. Van Dijk is not the vocal, you do this clapping, huffing and puffing kind of guy.
That's more like Henderson, isn't it?
Yeah, he leads by example, but he's had the injury problems. Yeah. Let's not forget that he played the whole of last year without blemish. He played the whole of last year without blemish. I think they should have been fairer to him. With the Holland game, they didn't have 7 of their players due to the virus. So what did they expect was going to happen? I mean, come on. You played a guy who was debuting, who was having Gertruda had his debut against arguably the world's best player. What did you think was going to happen? They should rest that rubbish.
Yeah.
Scapegoating him.
Yeah.
Marco's a fraud. Marco's a fraud.
Let me just add this to what Uncle Al was saying is all valid too. I just wanted to add though, and I'm gonna go blank on his name. The coach of Holland, for instance, what's his name again?
Ronald Koeman.
The coach of Holland.
Oh, he's back?
So Koeman.
Yeah.
No,
he's back. Yeah.
So you got to realize this. One, for a fan base as our own, that criticizes Klopp for every decision he makes and everything that he does. You didn't hear those guys talk about the coach at all. But you realize the fact that the reason why they didn't is because that's their buddy. That's their friend. They played with him. So that's the difference of why I'm saying these players came out and they attacked VVD because he's the easy hanging fruit. But they don't address the fact of that, hey, that wasn't VVD's fault that they lost so poorly. It's not like you said, all 4 goals were a result of his play. But yet they attacked him as if it was. And that's why I said it was personal because they don't. You didn't hear them attack the coach again. Like I said, you didn't hear them.
I think you are so right.
You're
You're so right, 12 man. And for the World Cup, they the former coach was playing 3 at the back. Koeman came and changed the structure and said they wanted to play more attractive football. So he played basically 2 central defenders instead of having somebody to cover. If you are playing France and you have the kinds of speedsters that they have, and your system is 3 back, you don't change it to 4 back and 2 at the back and expect them to all suddenly start doing wonders. I mean, you had a debutant. You had a debutant playing there. I mean, it was the coach. It wasn't the players. It was the coach. I mean he refused to play Jeremy Frimpong. I think
Timber.
the regular fullback was injured, right? Or suspended.
I think Timber was playing, right? If I'm correct.
No,
Yeah.
I think. Wait, was it?
Gertruda. They started with Gertruda, and Gertruda has never played for the national team before.
Yeah, I remember.
How do you play a debutant against Mbappe and expect results? Come on, man. They should have blamed the coach. They should have blamed their friend.
As I see
Can I
it,
read
this is
you
a-
the?
hang on 1 minute. This is how
Yeah,
I
yeah,
see
sure.
it. So with the Virgil stuff, like, I'm as biggest fan as anyone. I love Virgil van Dijk, but there's obviously an issue with Virgil van Dijk right now, and he's the captain for the Netherlands, so he's going to come in for the most criticism because he is holding that captain's armband. If you've got someone making their debut and he's partnering Virgil, you'd maybe expect Virgil to look after him a little bit better. So I think they're right in criticising Virgil. I'm not going to get away from that, but the agenda on him and no one else in the Dutch team is a bit weird. Virgil ain't in charge of running the Dutch side or anything like that. He's just the captain and the defender. You can criticise Virgil for his performances. You can criticise him for his leadership. I ain't got a problem with that. But the agenda against him, they basically, Ruud Gullit and Van Basten made it sound like they lost 4-0 because of Van Dijk. And that's a ridiculous statement to make.
Right.
I watched that game. I did the watch along for it, France-Netherlands game. And they're all terrible. that Dutch thing was dead. That was dead on arrival. That was a terrible thing. I will say, Nathan Ake, I actually thought Virgil and Nathan Ake looked good. I thought Virgil looked fine. I thought Nathan Ake looked good. But you can criticise Virgil as far as I'm concerned, because you can, right? He's the captain, and if someone's making their debut and he's playing alongside him, maybe Virgil should look after him a little bit better, take the pressure off him. So you can criticise him there. But you can't criticise him for him solely the reason why the Netherlands got smashed by France 4-0. That's just silly.
To be honest, guys, I wouldn't even.
Should be the whole team.
Yeah.
Huh?
I mean, the I read the quote that he said. You got to hear the quote in itself. The quote
But
is
you know,
mad.
like, to be honest,
The quote is
anybody playing against that France team, because I think besides the striker, I think that's probably France's best team they usually play with anyway. I think Tchouameni didn't start, so that could happen to any national team. Let's make that very clear. That's France's best 11 besides the striker.
Yeah.
So,
That's what they played against. Yeah. If this was some low end European team that beat you 4-0, okay, yeah, this is France, one of the best teams in the world.
Yeah,
So it's not like you lost to some.
To be honest, he left Gravenberch on the bench. That's his own fault. So again, you can also criticize himself for that. Whoever who the coach is.
That their midfield and their attack is smelly.
Oh,
I mean, Frankie De Jong didn't play.
Exactly.
Gakpo didn't play. Kenneth Taylor didn't play. I mean, the criticisms were too personal. Even as torn and tattered as the team was, if Memphis Depay was putting the chances he got away, we wouldn't be having this conversation. So, I mean, I think it was personal. It had nothing to do with football. It was entirely personal.
But Uncle, do you know what? You see, either way, teams like Holland, I don't even like. Even if they had the whole team ready, the team is not good enough anyway, no matter what. So it doesn't even matter. So.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you are playing France. Just even looking at the French bench is scary enough.
Yeah.
Because that bench is scary. Even the guys who are not playing are enough to devastate any team. I mean, you had Kefren Thuram, Marcos Thuram, was Quadiocone there? I
Yeah,
think.
they've
No,
even found
Cornet
this.
was playing under 21s for France.
Can
Yeah,
you
Never
it's
did.
imagine?
just
Can you
Kone,
fucking imagine?
Kone, if he was English, would play for England right now,
Can
and
you
he's playing for
imagine?
France's
They
under
are
21.
so flush with cash that Quadiocone plays under 21. Can you
Remember as
believe
well,
that?
there's no Kante. I think Kante's slowly coming back as well.
There
And
was no
Pogba's no
Nkunku.
Pogba, no
There was
Con,
no
no
Nkunku,
Kante,
no
no Nkunku.
Pogba. Come
No
on, man.
Benzema, even though he's retired. Giroud's on the bench.
It's just
Yeah.
mad, ain't it?
The,
It's just
the,
and
the,
that,
the French should do affordable. What do you call it? What do you call that? They should have a scheme where they loan out some of their international players to other countries, man. Because it's not fair.
But and they found a blood,
Them and Portugal.
and they found a brand new goalkeeper as well. I mean, it's
Right.
yeah,
Let me just read the quote though, real quick, just by Gullet, and
Yeah,
tell me
go
if
on
this
then,
is
go for it.
positive. So Gullet said, "We are positively criticizing Virgil van Dijk. He is part of the FIFA Team of the Year, right? He's got his nice award, right? Then show yourself to us. If he's still worth it, everyone believes so, but I don't. Tell me how that's positive. One. Tell me how that is not an agenda, and you have something of a bone to pick with this individual.
That's a guy who lost his wife to a kickboxer, man.
Scapegoating.
Come on, leave it. Come on, not the wife.
I
Come on.
don't think Virgil. I don't think Virgil's ever been rated in the Dutch way as he is rated by us.
That's because
Even-
Dutch is dead.
Even when Virgil is his peak, I never really heard like the Dutch legends come out and talk about Virgil in any real positive light. I think there's always been a problem.
They're jealous.
It's because
they're jealous
I think it's
that he
because
doesn't.
I think it's because Virgil bites back.
Yeah.
You know, Virgil bites back. You know, I think he tweeted something, or he messaged something out about, or he had an interview about it. He don't care. He just says it back. So maybe there's but they do fight a lot of the time. It's not like it's a new thing.
But
To
you
be
know
fair,
the
the Dutch
Dutch,
don't mince their
the
words.
Dutch have a problem in their team, right? They have this 3-ring circus with the black guys in the team, the colored guys in the team, and the white guys. They have this 3-ring circus. They fight all the time. They've had this thing since Hullet, Van Basten, even since Cruyff. They've had this problem when Cruyff demanded money in 78 before he goes to play the World Cup and all that. The Dutch always fight. It's the reason why they haven't won the World Cup, because they are good enough to have won a World Cup. They always fight. Remember, in '94, Hullet refused to go and play in the US World Cup because he said Bet Marwick, is it Marwick or something, had disrespected him. They've always had that problem. So it's not going to stop.
Hey guys, can I ask a question?
Go for it.
So this is my medical self speaking right now and stuff. I can't resist myself, but you guys probably know more about this stuff than I do. When Van Dijk did his ACL, did he have reconstruction surgery on his ACL?
I can't remember now.
Anyone? Does anyone know?
No, I don't know.
I don't know.
Because I'm gonna hit you with some numbers if that's okay and stuff.
Go for it. Go for it.
It's been estimated. There's a study out here in the United States that after anyone gets or any athlete gets a ACL reconstruction surgery, only 55% of athletes returns to full competitive play. That means half of all athletes having an ACL surgery will not return to top performance. So, with that being said, I'm not surprised with how Van Dijk is unraveling.
Yeah.
You have one age, you have
Exactly.
one the high line,
Yeah.
and you have the ACL all into one.
That's why I did say that I think going forward we need to, I don't know, like whether it's next season or obviously Klopp won't do it now, but we need to maybe play in a way to where we can protect VVD, maybe play a back three, not
Or just drop the high line.
Yeah, drop the high line, because again he is 31 going. Do you know what I mean? It's not like he's like 20,
Yeah,
23,
exactly.
24, so to where maybe he can recover a lot. Okay, so
There's two injuries and when it comes to sport that will ruin your career, and that's the ACL injury and that's the Achilles injury. And when you look at the numbers, there are not a lot of players or athletes that come back the same after those two injuries. So
Yeah, remember what happened to John Barnes after
Yeah.
that case? He was never the same.
Yeah.
And to be
So
honest, nowadays is worse because a lot of the players that he's playing against are twisting left, right, and center,
yeah.
which again he's trying to avoid doing
hmm
because of that injury.
So
Yeah.
yeah. So and then you also have to think about it too. Van Dijk has come out and said it, right, guys? He said it that he played too much football the past year after his injury. So that's something that's alarming, I think. So I think that's a
Let's also not forget that players these days are bigger, stronger, faster. I
Yeah.
mean, whatever it is they are eating, their diet is better. The players are simply fitter and more physically efficient than they used to be. I remember Don Hutchinson was saying that during the old days, it was not unusual for them to just go sit in a bar and have fish and chips after a match and go training the next day. You can't do that these days. Your diet is regulated. There are things you are not allowed to eat or drink. Some of it is even in your contract. I mean, Mohamed Salah and this guy Milner, they don't eat bread. I'm like, who the fuck doesn't eat bread? How disciplined do you have to be not to eat bread? I mean, what am I looking for not to eat bread? I'm eating me some good fucking croissant. So how can I live my life without pastries? What am I looking for? So they are stronger, they are fitter than they used to be back in the day. So
yeah, but we had a drink culture, though. They had a drink culture in football back in the day.
They did. Stevie Nicol. Have you read Stevie Nicol's book? He used to have a scotch before a game. Before they went out, he used to.
Well, he's obviously still drinking it because he looks like he's drunk all the time on ESPN.
Stevie Nicol. I love Stevie Nicol, though. I love Stevie Nicol.
But he was a fantastic player.
So, guys, if this is our team for City, are you happy with that 11?
Do you know what, Jamie? I don't think Trent's going to play, but that's just me.
I don't think Trent's going to play.
No.
Who do you reckon to play in front of Trent?
Milner. Would you put Milner in right back?
Oh no.
I think if Gomez is fit, as crazy as it sounds, I think Gomez will play.
What? Oh, don't do that.
I don't know. I think Gomez is done at this point.
The one thing, I mean, the one thing I'll say about Trent, right? Foden's not available. Grealish, he's probably going to be playing up against Grealish. I think Grealish is a fabulous player.
Wait, is Mahrez injured?
Mahrez plays on the other side, don't he? He plays on the
right. I think Robbo is in very fine form. If you saw him yesterday against Scotland, if he reproduces that form, I'm not worried for him. I always worry about Trent. About Trent.
Would you be worried as much Trent against Grealish as you would if it was Trent against Foden?
Yeah, because Grealish is still a twister, isn't he? He's still like he's still one of those.
But Foden seems to worry Trent a lot.
Yeah, because
Foden worries Trent a lot.
Yeah, no, but Grealish has his dribbling skills are up there.
Yeah,
his dribbling skills are tremendous. I really like.
He's gonna make Trent dance salsa and stuff in the field.
But has he got the pace to go with Trent? That's my thing. I think pace-wise, I think Trent can handle a Grealish.
But you see, Jamie, the thing with Grealish is that I think a lot of teams, what they don't realize is that Grealish doesn't like he's not there to rip you to pieces with his pace. Like
no, he's
crazy. He literally knows if I can get a free kick, a penalty, or just get you dizzy, I'm more than happy to do that for 90 minutes of the game. Like that's his style.
You think they'll play Alvarez down that side?
Alvarez is a problem.
If Alvarez plays,
I think he will play.
No, if Alvarez plays, then obviously we got we don't know about Haaland right now. He went to the internationals, but they said he weren't fit enough, so they sent him back. So I don't know if Haaland's going to play or not. I would say he would because it's a big game. I would actually prefer to play against Haaland and not play against him, if that makes sense.
Me too. Because VVD does well against Haaland. He does very well against Alvarez. Is a tricky customer, man.
I don't know, because you see Haaland, he does have if you guys see him, yeah, I don't think he's doing it on purpose, but you see Haaland, he's like a clumsy striker to where he would just run you over, if that makes sense. So what I don't want is, because again, strikers like Haaland, they are going to hit your knee, like in terms of Van Dijk. They're going to be touchy-feely, they're going to turn around and bump into you, run you over. If he has to hit your knee, he will do it. He doesn't care. I'm sure. I think Haaland is that type of striker. So, but then again, I get it.
He's played 3 games against VVD. He hasn't scored.
I know, but I don't know. For me, most likely, I think Alvarez and Haaland will play. That's just me.
Yeah, that's
You think they'll play 2 up front?
Yeah, because to me, as much as City can score goals, I think City are the best when they play both. Because to me,
wouldn't they be giving up? Wouldn't they be giving up something in the midfield then?
Yeah.
No. I mean, defensively, City. I think defensively, City are fine. They don't play like us anyway. So, no, I think. That's just me anyway. I just think if Haaland and Alvarez play, and as long as KDB is there and Rodri is there, then I'm sure after how Scott McTominay, whatever his name is, from Man U was ripping Rodri, I'm sure Rodri's not thinking I've got to put on a display. I think they'll be fine. I think they'll be more than fine.
What about this for a caveat? Tiredness. Now, it's a 12:30 game. A lot of Liverpool's players didn't go in their long international. I don't think any of the Brazilians in our Liverpool team went on international duty. Darwin Núñez never went on international duty. Right. Rodri's been playing for Spain. Will tiredness be an issue? Maybe will that take some effect in this game coming up?
No, because they play every 3 days in the league anyway. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be.
I agree with that.
And it's not like they're coming back in a bus. They're coming in like in a private jet.
Oh, I get that. I never think tiredness is a problem physically. I always think it's mental.
That's one of the reasons why Klopp didn't allow Núñez to go to the Far East. That thing about his cut angle was a ruse. It's just not true. He didn't want him to do.
He's got to play against Japan, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Japan and Korea.
That's mad.
Yeah, I think if anything, with Trent having the break, you obviously saw something was lit under his butt that made him say, "I got to go out and get on the training field and put some extra."
I don't agree with that one.
Put some extra reps. I think if anything, and he had the rest as well. If anything, this is his opportunity to kind of say, "Okay, yeah, England, you left me off the squad, but I'm about to go show you against Grealish, who did make the squad, that I deserve to be there."
Man, that guy simply makes me uncomfortable, man. I can't help it. He just makes me uncomfortable, especially when they post up somebody against him on the one-on-ones. I prefer Grealish against him because Grealish is going to cut inside. Grealish is always going to cut inside. With Foden has the ability to go around you. He has the ability to go inside you. I mean, that guy is a nightmare.
What about Alvarez? Everyone's talking about Alvarez at the moment. But didn't Alvarez play for Argentina last night? Late last night.
Did they play in Argentina?
Argentina won 7-0 or something, didn't they?
Against Curacao, right?
Yeah. So if he was in Argentina playing that game yesterday, he probably left today. That means what? 1 or 2 training sessions? Does he play then for Man City? Does he start for Man City Saturday afternoon? That's one. He was on the bench case there, so I'm not sure the Alvarez one. I think Alvarez and Rodri. I wouldn't be surprised if one of them don't play. It wouldn't shock me because you have got to take this international stuff in with it. I've always said it's not a physical thing for footballers; they're perfectly fit. I always think it's a mental thing because if you think you're tired, you will be tired. If that makes sense. So, but
Rodri played in Hampden Park. That's in Glasgow, so he can easily just go back to Manchester and you'll be okay.
Right? Yeah, my only thinking is that it's because Man City have got big Champions League games coming up as well. So I'm just thinking of what
it's Alvarez that they need to be worried about because it's a 17-hour journey from Buenos Aires back to.
Yeah, so
England.
It wouldn't probably train to. So he wouldn't have trained today, even if he got back today. So you're looking at training Thursday, Friday with 12:30 kickoff, And if Alvarez, Pep Guardiola says
Alvarez
he maybe
didn't
not
play.
fit.
Yeah, he
No,
didn't
he was
play.
on the bench.
Yeah,
He was on the
Yeah,
bench,
right.
but he was still away though, weren't he?
Yeah.
You know, he's not coming back. So if he sees that Alvarez ain't maybe right enough to start that game, not enough training maybe in the week, and then there's no Foden. Look, I'm going to say one thing right now. It ain't me being like Liverpool are crap, but Man City don't scare me like they used to. I don't know why.
Right.
I don't know what it is, but I don't fear Man City like I used to. I think Man City are actually quite slow now. I think they're quite slow in their build up. They're quite slow in their attack, and I think that is why City are being caught out in some games this season. You know,
Wait,
like,
yeah. Do you think
Yeah.
Bernardo Silva will still? Because we fully forgot about Bernardo Silva, haven't we? So
I think Bernardo Silva will be the player. I think he'll play right wing. I think Grealish will play left, and I think Haaland will play through the middle.
So you don't think Mahrez will start?
No, I don't think Mahrez will start. I think Pep's been clever with Mahrez. I think he knows his legs are not there to play every single game. He has to be intelligent with him. And
Who will they play at left back?
they'll probably play a back three. You know.
Yeah, he does. He mixes it up, don't he? Well, Ake plays left back, don't he?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, Ake playing left
If
back.
if they play 3 against us at the back, they will lose by many goals. Why would they do a stupid thing like that?
Yeah. Well, Kyle Walker's still there. So
Yeah, but Kyle Walker is not on the side that Salah plays. Why would you not want somebody to cover you when Salah posts up against you? That's like giving him differential penalties anytime he moves.
And plus, Carl Walker's better in a back four as a right back than a back three as a wing back.
Three. It will be suicidal. And actually, for me, I think this year their best player at the back has been Nathan Ake. So they will probably play him at left back.
Right, guys. So when we last played, this was at Anfield, obviously, back in October, when does everyone remember fearing this game because we went on that losing streak? And everyone was like, we're going to get battered 5-0. And then we had like this professional 1-0 win, and we was like, bloody hell. And Klopp changed formation for this game. He totally changed formation for this game. He played a 4-2-3-1. We played Gomez and Van Dijk together. James Milner played right back. Robbo played left back. And then we had a midfield of Fabinho, Thiago, Firmino, Elliott, and Diogo Jota. This is the game Jota got injured in, if I remember rightly. And Mo Salah played up top through the middle. So do you think we played quite and on City side they had Ederson, Ruben Diaz, Ake, Kanji. Obviously there's no Cancelo now. Rodri, Silva, Foden won't be playing. So no Foden, no Cancelo. Gundogan, De Bruyne, and Haaland played in that game. So do you reckon Klopp's going to go something quite similar at the Etihad?
I hope
to what
he
you
does.
played at Anfield and play? Would you be happy letting City have the ball, concede possession against Manchester City, and play counter-attacking football?
Yeah, no.
Yes, I would.
No.
Yes, that's what we should do.
I would.
That's what we did the last game against them.
You're asking a question like we have a choice, really.
Yeah, because the thing is that obviously even though I'm probably the only crazy enough to say that I want Diaz to start.
Wait, who said that? Who said that?
Huh? Oh, that was me.
Oh God, Drew, come on, man.
I like him, innit? I'm just like, nah, bring him back, man. I don't want Gakpo on the wing, innit? But I know in the real world it's not gonna happen. But
Chris, would you be?
I'm about to send Sicarios your way, Drew. You're talking ridiculous, man.
Chris, but would you be absolutely shocked if actually that did happen?
No.
That's the problem,
Yeah,
and that's the problem here. That's what we're saying. But go on, Drew.
as bad as we are with even though we're not like a ball playing, popping side, I still don't want City to have the ball like that. I just no.
The thing is,
do you know that the last match we played against them, that was in the first round. You know, we didn't even have 40% of the ball. Did you see the stats? We didn't even have 40% of the ball.
Okay, let me get it up.
And it's their kryptonite, man.
So here's the stats from that game. So Man City had 63.2% of possession. We had 36% of possession. They had 16 shots. So we only had 36% of possession, but we still had 13 shots, only 3 less. And we won the game. Look, we had only 601 touches there, 907. We won more tackles. We had more clearances, obviously, because we defended more. We only had 1 less corner. So we found a way. Sometimes you've got to find a way of change, or beating an opposition. You've got to mix it up a little bit. So I don't want us to go 4-3-3 and be open. Do you remember the Carabao Cup game after the Christmas, just before Christmas, where we decided to play 4-3-3 and just open up against Man City? It was a great game of football. It was a very enjoyable watch, but it was like that's murderable. I don't want to do that. I'd rather be nice and compact.
The worst thing you can do is to give Kevin De Bruyne the order of the empty hat. He's going to destroy you.
Yeah, that's yeah. No. No, I don't like when he has the ball. That's the thing. So for me,
De
it's
Bruyne with space in front of him
no,
is
thank
just
you.
not
it's
the one.
And you guys remember that in that match, Thiago was stuck to him like glue.
That's the problem.
Thiago was stuck to him.
The only problem now, we'll go have Hendo and Fabinho, and neither of them can stick to anything.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, of them, like sticking Thiago on. No, Thiago doesn't need to stick on anybody. He needs to worry about getting fit, not worry about sticking on players.
So they'll probably. So don't be surprised if he starts Elliot.
Now you're saying that I wouldn't actually. Didn't I see something somewhere that we haven't lost when Fabinho, Elliot, and Henderson play together?
Yes, that's a crazy stat.
I didn't know that.
No, we've never lost the game when them 3 play together.
At least when they start. Yeah,
when they start, and when they start a game.
That would be so horrible if I see Harvey Elliott play in midfield. I'm sorry, no, thank you, no.
But Drew, you do admit that he played very well against Manchester United.
I know, but he's still a kid. No,
I agree with you. Listen, I agree with you.
It's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure on him.
I've always been saying this, that Elliot doesn't start in any of the big 6 teams, but I don't know, man. We've destroyed Bacetic. I mean, he seems to be, even Elliot, we nearly destroyed him last season. So goodness knows what we're going to do. But yeah,
Jamie, can you bring up maybe who we think we're going to face this weekend then? I mean, that's a big question mark too.
Let me have a look, see if I can find it. Right, hang on. Let me see if I can find it. Let me go on Football Mob. That usually has the teams up.
You know what? Can I ask the panel? Have you guys heard of that Kim guy from Napoli, that centre back?
I've seen him play a few. I've seen him play a few times.
Kim
Min-jae.
I was talking to my friend about him like 2 days ago, and I was because I've been watching it, and I was like, bro, I think this guy is gonna be the next. I know he's 26, so he's not that young, but he's actually quality. And then what was it today or yesterday? No, I think it was today. I'm seeing now Liverpool somehow linked with him because he's got like a 50 million. I think that's how much they're trying to sell him for, 50 million euros, which is cheaper than what's his name? Is it Garvey Doe?
Out of the two, who do you think's better?
No, but apparently he has a release clause, Drew. Apparently he has a release clause that triggers. I think the first week of the summer it triggers, and after that it goes away, type thing like that.
How much is it?
I'm not sure. I don't have the actual numbers, but
it's like 44 million something. Euros, pounds, leaves, stones. I don't know. 45 million something.
I have a question. For the panel. What do you guys think of Ndika? That we're linked to?
I like him. He's a fantastic player.
He's a good ball carrier. He can defend. Yeah,
he's a fantastic player, and for free, if you can get him, that's a steal.
Well, it also might answer what
and he's
Jamie was saying. What I think too, which is that Simicast might eventually leave, and that is that he can play center back, but he could also play left back as well, which is
holding midfielder,
which is a big advantage.
But I would bring in Dika, but I thought all the rumors are showing that Matip is leaving this summer though.
Yeah,
Matip's leaving.
It wouldn't make sense. it wouldn't make sense
And
to
don't
bring him
forget,
to-
we got Matip on a free, so that would
Yeah.
be a good replacement. You know,
Yeah.
from Germany on a free, that would be a good replacement.
But guys,
I'm not. You know, I was sold on Gvardiol. You know, with all the hype. After what Haaland did to him, I don't want us to get him. I don't want us to buy him.
would you guys even spend that type of money on a centre back? Like,
No, if we can get
no.
Ndicka for free, if we can get him for free, who's a decent centre back, he can play left back and centre back, and you can get him on the free, I'm cool with that because it saves all the money for midfield.
But
So,
Yeah, why wouldn't we go Ndicka and Kim Min-jae? That's
you know what's
good.
crazy as well, Uncle? You see that Kim guy? He's actually I think he's both footed as well, which is crazy.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
He is. He is.
it's
Drew.
crazy.
Man,
Is he
I'm
quick?
off
He's
that
quick.
Gvardiol sauce. I'm off that Gvardiol sauce.
Me myself,
not-
I don't want.
Gavardio, he's
that
not
No.
Gavardio. He's the thing about Gavardio is that he's not very good in the air. He's not
I
good
don't
in
want
the
him.
air, so I don't
I
want. Yeah.
Man,
this is-
the way Haaland touched him, that's something that ends up being on your mind for the rest of your life. I don't want him. No.
I agree.
Yeah.
What Mark is saying. Mark is saying we should go for Levi Colwell. I agree with him.
Levi Colwell's
Yeah.
a good player.
But Chelsea won't sell him to us, man. They won't
I
sell him.
don't think I don't think Chelsea should sell him either. To be fair,
in an ideal world, I would want Badia Shield. I know we're not gonna get him. So.
no. Right, this is the predicted City team, by the way, that faces us. Yeah, we're fucked. Right, let's move on. That is the predicted City team. Look, Mahrez, Haaland, and Grealish is not a quick front three. You know, that it's the only thing I would say. You know, so De Bruyne, Rodri, and Silva is not the quickest midfield either. It's just they're technical ballers and can just pass the ball for fun. And yeah, Stones has a mistake in him, and so does Walker. So
That back line can be good. Yeah, that back line can be got at.
there's weaknesses there. There's no doubt, but
Mahrez tends to play well against us, you know.
Yeah, I don't know if Mahrez will play though. I'm not sure if Mahrez will play. I've got a feeling he might play Bernardo Silva in the wide area because there's no.
Do you reckon they'll play Gundogan?
Yeah, I think Gundogan always plays reasonably well against us. I mean,
Does.
He's a
I think
baller.
Rodri and De Bruyne will start, and then it's either go. There's no. The thing is, there's no Foden, so I think Foden would have started this game because he was in such good form before the international break. So, Bernardo Silva.
Man, that kid is a problem, man. Foden is a fucking problem.
Do you see Bernardo Silva, you guys, in the left back when it's like in second half or something like that, or like what he did against Arsenal?
Oh, what play Silva at left back? That was mad, wasn't it? Playing Bernardo Silva at left back. If he plays Bernardo Silva at left back against Darwin Núñez, then he's in trouble, ain't he? Yeah. Or against Mo Salah, sorry.
Left back against Mo Salah, that's trouble.
Yeah, he's in trouble if he does that. Look, Liverpool have just got to be positive against this City team. In my opinion, our strongest part of the pitch at the moment is the forwards. No, the forward area is our most. It's where we're strongest. So I think the team should be built around the forward area. So I wouldn't be surprised if we just play all four attackers. I just don't want to see. I want Klopp to just do something recognise who he's playing. Sometimes I feel we go away to the big grand sometimes with a bit of like we play the occasion and not the team sometimes. And I think you've got to just like acknowledge how good City are. We need to somehow get 3 points or not lose the game. I don't want to go in it. You know, if we get a draw against City, we beat Chelsea, who I think we can beat in midweek.
Yeah.
Then that's 4 points in them two games. I'm proper happy with that. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah,
and then we got Arsenal at Anfield. You know, and
I'm gonna say something now. I think Arsenal will be a harder game for us than City.
Yeah,
definitely.
I agree.
I actually think
they play fantastic.
going to the City game, we've got some freedom against them for the first time in a long time, in a few years, because City need to win. They can't afford any more dropped points. So the pressure's on City to come at us and win the game. And that will enable us, I think, on the break to go at them and try and win. So I'm actually looking forward to the game, and I'm not in the trepidation mode or any fear. I think I'm actually looking forward to it because I think the pressure's all on them for this game and not on us.
I agree. And look, we've had international break. We haven't played for 3 weeks. I know we're terrible at the moment, but I've actually missed watching us play. It's mad because, how bad we are. I actually miss watching us play because, I'm sick of international football. It's terrible. I hate it. I don't want to see it. And, yeah, I think this could be a good game. What do you guys make of the... So, obviously, Alex Ferguson and Wenger went into the Hall of Fame, rightly so. Yeah, rightly so. No problem with it. What do you make of all the comments after it saying that rivalry was elite and the rivalry between Liverpool and Man City when they were fighting for titles was not elite and it was because the league was terrible? What does everyone think about these comments?
I think that's bollocks. I think if anything, what Arsenal, Man U, that was definitely a epic rivalry. However, that rivalry was in a different era. One, it wasn't with social media, so a little bit different with the concept of how like the interactions are really spurned on by people's comments. But there was a real hatred between the two, I think. I mean, I know something I don't really like is that like I see a lot of players, being chummy with each other, or being friendly with each other before matches nowadays, as opposed to during that era, if you were like that, for instance, you'd be pulled aside and told, hey, we don't do that. So it's something of a different era of like mentality. And I think that's the only difference in it. But Man City and Liverpool, the amount of points that we put on the board, both teams collectively, the amount of actual brilliance and the amount of silverware that these two clubs have racked up, it's equal, and if not more so.
12 months, they earn too much money to fight. Why would you want to fight if there's so much money to share? They have nothing to fight for. I mean, these days there are players who are twerking for Arsenal and then go and play for Chelsea. There are players who show up at Everton training ground to sign, and then the next minute their agent calls them and they are now signing for Spurs, sitting on the bench in Spurs as against playing for Everton. There's too much money in the game. When somebody is earning £150,000 a week, and I'm being meek here, £150,000 a week is basically the going rate for a normal above average player. That's a crap load of money, man. That's £600,000 a month.
It's like I said it today on Twitter. I said it down on Twitter when people were discussing about this, and I answered someone on Twitter and said, "Look, Man United Arsenal at their time was an epic rivalry, and they took the league to high standards. City and Liverpool at their time, at their peak, was an epic rivalry, more on the pitch than off it because they got on, but they took the league to higher standards. You can't deny that, and it's hard looking at generations. Yeah, Wenger and that hated each other. They threw pizzas at each other. The players hated each other. There was fights. It was epic. Mm-hmm. City and Liverpool were a bit more respectful. A bit more respectful. Pep and Klopp like each other. There was respect there. But they took the league to epic standards as well. We can't pretend this never happened. And it's all because, look, I've said it this season. Like, people keep saying it, when Man United and Arsenal going out, the league was stronger. And I said, was it? Really? And now, so I go back to them today. And went, look, you're an Arsenal fan. You're top of the league this year. Would you the league's crap? But I bet you don't think the league's crap this year, do you? Because you're top of it. The league's shocking, right?
Yeah. But Jamie, I want to push back a little bit on the crap. Don't you think it is because the teams have gotten better?
That's exactly what I was going to say as well.
Do you know what? Yeah, I actually think that nowadays there's not a lot of quality players. Really, I think there's only a few teams that have good players nowadays.
I think that the league is more competitive because every team has money to buy players. I think that's the difference. Liverpool are playing shitty, Some of the teams are not doing as well as we thought they will do. But I think a lot of it has to do more with the fact that everybody has the tools to augment their team. I mean, look at even Bournemouth. They go into January, they come back, they've gone and bought players. Leeds United have gone and bought players.
Yeah, but if you look at every team, there's only so maybe 1-2 players that you're gonna be like, oh, okay, like, oh, he's actually worth looking at. Everybody else is very much just a basic everyday player.
You know what the thing is with
The
that, though?
game has evolved. You know, every 10 years, the game evolves, maybe even less, right? Every 10 years, there's a new evolution that somebody comes up with something, and we are playing 4-3-3, we are playing 3-4-2. Now, Pep even freaking plays only 2 defenders at the back. I don't even get that those things anymore.
But I'm saying like individual players. If you look at every team, Man U, like as soon as somebody says Man U, I can only really think of Rashford, Casemiro, like straight away Rashford, Casemiro. I'm not really thinking about anybody else.
You know what the difference is? For me,
Anthony.
Nah,
no,
I think this is worldwide, though. I think this is worldwide in clubs.
Yeah.
I've gone on record and said I don't think there's actually that many world-class players around in the world right now.
You know what it is, though?
Compared to 10 years ago.
Yeah.
You know what it is? I think nowadays football is a lot based on systems now.
Yeah, exactly.
And the players need to play to a certain system, and they're coached from young to play in certain systems, and like they're more trained to be athletes now, whereas back then it was more there was more that players were able to express themselves a lot more, whereas now I think now expression's gone out of the game, or just died out slowly.
The self-expression has been
let's be honest.
Probably why.
Like, let's just say if you was to go Chelsea, I'll be honest, I'll probably only want one or maybe their centre back, if lucky. Their new midfielder, what's his name? That little boy, not boy, that little guy.
The little girl.
Sorry, the Argentine.
Enzo.
Yeah, sorry, yeah. Because he's so short, sorry. So either him or Diaz short. I think no one else at Chelsea besides Kante injured I would probably want. There's nobody else really that would be like,
I agree with that.
Yeah, Felix doesn't belong to them, so let's not say Felix. He's not theirs. No. He's just alone. So yeah. But,
I agree with that. I agree. Also, I think with the league, though, I think more players have got, as you say, decent players in their team than they used to have. I mean, look at Leicester. I know Leicester might be a bad example at the moment because Brendan Rodgers was ruining them. But they got decent players, at a decent level. And look, if you look back at when Arsenal, Man United were competing as well, that they stopped competing as soon as Chelsea got their money. As soon as Chelsea got their money, it weren't really a rivalry between Man United and Arsenal no more because Chelsea came along with all the cash and went, right, we're part of the party now, and the rivalry stopped. And then Man City got rich. And then Man City came along and went, the party stopped. It's between us and Chelsea right now. And then there's 4 teams that could win a league. And then Liverpool came along with no money, but Jurgen Klopp. And, and we came to the party. And then we made it competitive between us and Man City. This is the thing with the league as well. When Liverpool and Man City were going competitive with each other, right, and having them great seasons where they're fighting for the leagues and it's 1 point in it, 99 points and 100 points and 97 points, 92 points, 93 points, ridiculous records by winning games.
Yeah.
Liverpool and City were doing it while Chelsea was rich, while Man United were rich. When Arsenal and Man United were doing it, there was no one else in the league who could compete with them financially.
Yeah.
So there is.
That's a great point.
You've got to look at it in 2 different ways, and generations are hard to go back. I think it's nostalgia. Nostalgia is a massive thing in life. I know people prefer the PlayStation 1 to the PS5. Them people need to be in houses somewhere, but they believe that's a true thing because it's nostalgia. They just love nostalgia. They don't think there's a PS5 game today that's better than any PS1 game. It's like, shush. Nostalgia's massive, and I don't think people look at that enough. City and Liverpool, for me, I said it when City and Liverpool were at their best. Well, City are still at their best, Liverpool was shit. But when they were competing at each other at their best, for me, it was the biggest game in Europe. I think it took over Real Madrid and Barcelona because Liverpool and City was
that Champions League, was it semi-final or whatever we played? Those were big games, Was it semi-final or quarter-final? 2018.
Was
What with Genie? Is that when? Are you talking about the wait?
That's when we lost in the Madrid
Barcelona,
final,
yeah.
wasn't it? That's when we lost in the Madrid final. Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
quarterfinal.
17 is that
Those-
18? Something like that.
18.
Those were big games. Those were really big games. City still don't have any soul. I mean, their stadiums are still empty. Yeah, I mean, that's like a no soul team. But those were still big
Yeah.
games.
That's never gonna
You have
change,
to also-
really. Yeah, it's not gonna change.
I was just going to say,
Because
you have to also
Liverpool-
realize that
Liverpool will
the Arsenal.
Go to our fans.
Liverpool will come to town next week. On Saturday, and there'll still be seats in the stadium. That's difficult to understand.
All due respect, even when Arsenal, what was it, 03, 04, they had 90 points with their invincible team. You know, you look at the rivalries that we're talking about. A lot of those teams, you just spoke about the points that we accumulated during a lot of our seasons that we got second. Sometimes our second place finishes would have won the Premier League during those years. So it's like one of those things where you look at it, and I know it's sometimes difficult to rate different eras, but all the same, you look at it, a lot of those teams, they weren't getting into the high 90s. To be able to perform and excel at that level and continue to keep that bar at such a high level is an incredible task in itself. And I'm not saying that it was any bit easier to do it back in their era of the early 2000s, but all the same, during that era, it wasn't where you weren't even, if you got 90 points, you were in what, third place, fourth place? You might not have made Champions League. So that's my point.
Let's take it now this season. So say Arsenal win the league this season. They have every right to. They've been excellent this season. They win the Premier League, but they don't finish. They win the Premier League on 80-something points, yeah? Mm-hmm. This league is terrible this year. There's no doubt about it. You know, it's an overrated league this year. It's not great. And they go win a poor league on 80-something points. You know, I think points do matter. I know a lot of people say points don't matter. Of course it does. You know, you've got to get to a points to win a league, and it shows the strength of the league. This is all on a fan-based thing, right? Mm-hmm. If Arsenal win the league this season, they will say they've won the league. They won't care. You know, if anyone goes to an Arsenal fan, right, it's a terrible league. The domestic league was awful this year, and you were just better than the rest because everyone else didn't turn up. They ain't having it. They'll say this is the greatest league in the world. We won it, right? Yeah. Like that. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. It's all on. Every fan's got a vendetta. Every fan has got a bit of banter. It's the whole thing of it. But the Arsenal Man United rivalry was amazing and excellent for its time, in my opinion. It was exciting off the pitch. It was exciting on the pitch. The Liverpool Man City rivalry, if you want to call it that, was excellent on the pitch. There was nothing off the pitch. There was no shenanigans. There's no fighting. But on the pitch, they gave us some of the best games. And they took the league to another level as well. So I think in their two different eras, Man United and Arsenal took the league to a level. City and Liverpool took the league to a level. And I think it's just as simple as that. It's hard to compare, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Jamie, one thing I would say though about the two rivalries, so like if the Man United and Arsenal rivalry, we're talking about a period between 97 and 04, let's just say. So that's like 7-8 years. So within those 7-8 years, Arsenal won 3 leagues and United won 4, right?
They certainly did.
Whereas with the Liverpool City rivalry, we'll give it the time frame between 2018 to present.
Yeah,
that's 5 years. That's 4 league titles for one.
Because the league's
so
harder.
Which one would you have said was more competitive?
This. Hang on, Paul. Your thing's a bit loud, mate. I would say the league is more competitive during the Liverpool City era.
Yeah.
Because if you look at it, Liverpool are coming second on 97 points, 92 points. It's a more competitive league. And City, maybe City are the best. Maybe we haven't thought of it like this. Maybe Manchester City are the best team the Premier League's ever seen. Maybe we've got to think of that. That Man City are just that good that they might actually be the best team, the Premier League team we've ever seen. And Liverpool
probably technically, yeah. Probably when it comes to technically and then players wise, yeah, probably.
You know what's so harsh though? what's so harsh is we talk about these record points that we've like accumulated, the 97 points, obviously the 99 points where we won the league with. And even last season, we finished with 92 points. The 3 seasons, 90 plus points, right? One of them we won the league, the other 2 we missed out on a point. It was such an amazing achievement. But the problem is, and it's so harsh to say this, but it's
Don't
actually
go
so true.
there. Don't do
The
it.
record books, record books doesn't look at context.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's no, you're right.
Still,
You're totally right.
But you still end up in the record books. And the second point is that not only do you end up in the record books, in the top 10 point accumulations of it all, you realize that there's only 4 teams that are in that top 10. It's either Chelsea, Man City, United, or Liverpool. Notice I didn't say Arsenal. They're not even in the top 10. So I get that, those point accumulations don't necessarily say, oh, well, you're going to be forgotten possibly in the history books as you're putting it. I don't think so. I think that we still get you're going to look at it and say, well, why is Liverpool in the top 10 and yet so is Man City for the same year? That alone would be something I would notice. And that that must have been a really competitive year.
I just want to answer something quickly in chat as well. Everyone keeps going on about the COVID title, yeah? That was Man City the following year, it weren't Liverpool.
That's the
Can people stop talking about the COVID year? When the season stopped in March, right? It actually stopped a week ago, 3 years back, yeah? We was on 79 points when the season finished. Can we stop calling it a COVID title? Yes, we came back when there was no fans in the ground. But when you go back on it, Liverpool didn't have to win a single game from the time we came back in June. We had the title once won before we went off in March. So the season after, when it was a whole season behind closed doors, that was the Man City won the actual COVID title that year. So I hate all that. Oh, you won a COVID title and all that. No, we didn't. We won the title in a normal season. There was just a couple of months break.
And when the season obviously did come to a halt, we were 25 points clear of Man City.
Yeah, it's mad. It's mad, exactly. And also, that season we won. I believe we played 27 games when the season stopped, and we won 26. It's just mad. It's mad.
I think we're the fastest team to lock up the Premier League, I think.
Yeah.
With like 7 games to spare.
We had 7 games to spare. I mean, let's face it, the league was done in March, but points-wise, you could still lose it, but you're never losing a league. It's just, I hate the whole COVID stuff. It does my nutting because it's not the truth. City won the COVID title the following year.
Jamie, can I just ask you? So let's just say if Arsenal win the league, okay, and obviously I think Arteta became the manager 2019, and obviously I think how long has Klopp been at Liverpool now so far? Is it 7? Wait,
Drew, you know the narrative Arsenal fans are going to spin, right?
We know it. We know it.
I'll be.
you know the narrative.
And like that's why I just want to know: do you guys think it would impact Klopp in terms of his stature if Arteta wins it within like a shorter time, and then let's just say if next season they win like I don't know the FA Cup again. I mean, the FA Cup, or they win. Well, I doubt the Champions League, but the FA Cup or something. And then would you guys be like, shorter time, similar players?
If he completes the set, then they have an argument, but they ain't completing the set. So
Claudio Ranieri's got 1 title. I never ever mentioned his name ever. Do we just forget he won a title with Leicester? He won a title, so he can be compared to. Why why does no one mention that ever? No, we'll go about Arteta. Look, Arteta's a very good coach. I'll give Arteta his. I went on Arsenal YouTube channels about a year ago when every Arsenal fan wanted Arteta out, yeah. And I said on there that no, keep with Arteta. I can see he's doing something. He's a good coach. Believe in him. Believe what he's doing, yeah. And they're doing that. But Ranieri won the league title with Leicester. He's won 1. So really, he's done what Klopp's done. Arteta does it. He's got 1. Yeah. So if he does it, he does it. But Klopp's also won German titles.
Exactly.
Oh, that no other club, by the way, has won a German title since Jurgen Klopp left the German league.
Dortmund's
Can we?
about to win one though.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, Dortmund
luck.
can go on and win it, but you know, there's a point in it. They've got the big game Saturday. You know, whoever wins that for me probably go on and win their league. But it's been like almost 9 years now.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Klopp won back-to-back titles in a competitive German league against a Borussia Dortmund side that stole all his players. So yeah, you can do the stuff all you want. I don't really care, to be fair. Let people banter away. I don't care about all that sort of stuff. At the end of the day, I'll tell you, it's a very good manager. Klopp's a very good manager. So what's it matter? You know, go for it. I don't care. I don't care. You know, Klopp's won the Champions League. He's won every trophy there is to win. You know, he's won every trophy there is to win. So, you know, managers, there's no right for anyone to win anything, in my opinion. You know, and Arsenal, if they win the league, look, if they bottle the league from here, I'm going to be active.
No, that'll be like everyone will make fun.
That'll be sensational.
Can we just also acknowledge the fact that I know this isn't a part of the thing, but Newcastle could actually come. I think they can come up against Man United and be tied with them if they win. Correct?
Yeah, Man United.
So they could actually come out and be in third place, be third place.
Yeah, I mean,
United does not have a lock hold on third place as well. I don't think they do. That's
look, Arsenal for me should go and win the Premier League with the points they got right now. I think we're going to do Arsenal. Jack in the chat, big up you, man. I think we're going to do you a big favour because we're going to beat City on Saturday. And then if Arsenal win their game, they're going to be 10 points clear of the game in hand. It's over. Yeah. But with third place to up for grabs, I don't think United are that good. Right, I don't think United are that good. I just think the league is crap this year. I've been saying it for a while. You know, we went and bought this apparent superb United team, this well-beaten United team. Everyone was raving about under 7-0. So, and we're crap. So,
but
that's what
Jamie,
frustrates me.
You know, United is a PR job, right? United is a PR job. United is the media is beholden to United. Media outlets like TalkSport are beholden to United, but they have a problem. Their one-trick pony is not going to be playing the next 4 games. That's a problem. That's a problem for them. I mean, Casemiro doesn't play for 4 games. They have a problem. They have a real problem.
Yeah, I just don't think they're that great. Right, let's get predictions because I've got to end this video in a bit. Let's get the predictions, guys. So, Liverpool, Man City, Saturday afternoon. I'll go from 12th man and we'll go all the way around the panel.
I start with me. I don't even like them predictions anymore because the predictions end up haunting me. So, let's do 3-1 Liverpool.
Jeez, bigger. I love that confidence. Edward,
I'm going to say 3-2 Liverpool.
Oh, Edward with the confidence as well. Amir,
I'm going for Liverpool 1-0, just like the one at Etihad. I mean at Anfield.
Nice. Drew,
Good draw. 1-1. Keep it fair. Nice and even.
That's the most depressed I've ever heard, Drew.
Keep it. Listen, all Liverpool can do is try and scrape the top 4, and then we can start again.
Big up. Albert,
it's a shutout. It's a 2-0 shutout. It's Newcastle all over again.
Chris.
God, 4-3. 4-3. I don't know who's gonna win though.
Cool. He's going for a classic.
Yeah.
To be fair, look, that Carabao Cup was a bit up and down as well. So
yeah,
that was a fun game.
See, I think that we haven't spoken about possibly one of our most positive things. Konate is at the back. I mean, he was excellent against the Dutch. He was.
Konate is a rock. Konate is a man.
Yeah. So I think that's a factor that changes a lot of things. At the very least, our boy Trent is covered to an extent. So
Hmm,
you
hmm,
know,
Trent's finished.
I love
If he keeps on
how
playing, if he keeps on playing at right back, he's done.
I love
No,
how
he
Paul
needs to.
Cummins.
He needs to.
Changed.
In my
Sorry.
opinion, he needs to move to midfield. I don't want to see
Yeah.
Trent at right back next
Trent
season.
is finished.
That's
He's
the
I don't
difference.
want to see Trent in midfield.
If
I can't lie.
he doesn't, what can I say? Change his position. He's gonna be like Daly Alley.
Oh God.
Whoa.
man, he makes
Listen,
me
Yeah.
he makes
guys,
He's
me
got
so
crossroads in his career right
uncomfortable.
now, and he
let's
needs.
let's be honest here. If Trent was, let's just say, playing for any other top side at right back,
Be careful,
he
guys.
was-
12 man's about to put a spell on you guys, man. Be careful. He's angry.
he wouldn't be playing. Only at Liverpool he's getting away with
Yes,
this.
exactly.
Yeah. Because
Exactly.
at Chelsea he wouldn't be. At Man City he would definitely not be playing.
Any
Well,
top six
Cancelo
side,
Cancelo is gone, so you know he won't be playing at Man City.
Yeah,
No.
that wouldn't work.
Yeah.
and who's
on.
next on the score, the result for Saturday?
I think it was
Gaz.
Gangendeep. Gone, man.
Yeah, 2-2.
2-2. There you
I'm
go.
with Gaz. It's going to be a draw. That's the best we can hope for. I mean,
Yeah.
City are starting to play now as well.
2-2 in favor of who?
I mean, they're starting to play now. Yeah.
Who wins the 2-2 draw?
I'm going for a Desmond as well, too.
I'm going for 0-0 or 1 each.
Yeah, I think it'll be a draw. I'll take a draw. Quite happy with that.
I'll be quite happy with a draw.
If it's a 1-1, like if it's like a 1-1 draw, I'd be happy with. But if it's like no goals and stuff like that, like a 0-0, I won't be happy with that.
No, look, the most confident I'm at playing these three teams. I'm actually more confident of beating Chelsea out of everyone. The three we're playing.
Yeah,
because
but Jamie,
the
record doesn't help your wishes though. We simply don't beat Chelsea as often as we should have.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah, that is
we don't beat
true.
them.
Yeah.
We don't.
The only one I'm confident of beating out of the three is Arsenal, and that's because we're at home.
Exactly.
That's
And
literally the only reason.
That's it.
The players should remember. They should be remembering what happened at Emirates. They wouldn't let Arsenal go scot-free. We were robbed. I mean, that is the nearest EPL match I've seen that comes to, like I said, playing an African Champions League match in an unknown destination.
Well, Saka was offside when he was the third goal, wasn't he? Yeah.
The referee comes in wearing the jersey of the other team.
Right, talking about, I just want to say something about Saka because this Saka stuff. Before we leave, I want everyone's opinion. So everyone's talking about Saka online at the moment after the England games and what he's doing for Arsenal right now. Is Saka world class, or are Arsenal overrating him a little bit?
I was going to say, not yet.
I think
he's having an elite world class season, but he's not world class.
Okay, I agree with that one. Yeah.
If he does
He's winning trophies. He ain't winning nothing. He ain't saying nothing about being world class.
Would you
He's a phenomenal player in the making, but he hasn't gotten there yet. He hasn't yet dealt with a broken heart. I've seen him messing around with one of the Kardashians.
Oh my!
Let him get through that, and then we'll see what happens.
You got to stay well clear.
Leave him alone, man. Leave him alone.
Man, listen. As soon as you start FaceTiming Khloe Kardashian, you know what happens next.
If Arsenal borrows the league, then we all know who to blame. It's Kim Kardashian.
I think Saka is a great player. I'm not getting at Saka. I've said it with ages. You know, there's no decision making out of Martinelli and Saka. It's Saka all day long. Saka is a tremendous footballer. He's not world class at the moment, but he will be world class if he stays.
He's on trajectory to be. He's on trajectory.
Take Martinelli.
Would you swap Saka for Salah right now?
No.
Oh hell no!
No. Why would you say that? Why would you say that?
Salah is dead food right now. He's not gonna go back to his best. I think the only way is down.
You know, I keep hearing some people coming up with an arithmetical argument. Oh, let's sell Salah and use the money to buy Diaby. Are you crazy? Why do you want to sell Salah? Like seriously?
Diaby's okay. He's not that good.
Yeah, it's
The only
No,
player.
listen. I'm gonna be profound here and say this. There are certain players you let them retire with your team. For me, Salah is one of them.
not
You're
me.
letting money. You've sold money. Now you want to sell Salah, and
But
who
yeah, but
scores the
Albert,
goals?
again, Diaby mostly, I think he plays on the left, doesn't he? He doesn't. Well, I think he doesn't.
You can play across the front three, I believe.
Well,
play it right.
I've seen that argument. That's why I'm just making. If you want to sell Salah, go and bring Kvita, right? I can work with that.
You're not,
Baller.
wait, who? Wait, no, you're not getting. Are you talking about the Napoli one?
Yeah,
Kvaratskhelia.
Kvaratskhelia.
What? The one that
Baller,
just
man.
signed a new. You're not.
He just signed a new deal.
Signed a new deal today.
No,
I
I'm
don't
just
trust
I'm
that
just
source. I don't
throwing
think he signed a new
hypotheticals.
deal.
I'm just saying
Guys.
that Diaby is not a Salah, not even close. So
Let
why
me-
would you
let-
want to be doing that?
Let me give you some Salah and Saka stats, right? Because I hear this. Now, big up Arsenal fans are picking up your guy. I would as well. Saka's a wonderful player, right? And Salah's having a bad season, right? Salah's
Right.
stats this season: 39 games played, 22
Great.
goals, and 11 assists. Yeah, so he's got 22 goals and 11 assists in 39 games this season. Saka has played 38 games this season and scored 13 and has got 10 assists. So Salah, who's having a terrible season, still has more GA than Saka. We've got to be careful. I've been saying this for a while with Salah. It is so hard to rate Salah this season. I have a go at him all the time for ghosting games. But the
That's
man
the
is
issue.
the man is productive. He scores, he assists, he does things. But then he ghosts games at the same time. It is so hard to rate Salah. Saka is a wonderful player who, if he keeps on his trajectory, is
Wait.
going to be the best right winger in the league. There's no
But
doubt.
is that the same way? Oh, sorry, Drew. Go ahead.
Would you take? So if it was between Saka and Vinicius, who would you? Out of them two,
I'll take Vinicius.
Vinicius all day.
I'll
Yeah.
take Vinicius.
Vinicius all day.
Vinny.
and then what about Vinicius and Salah then?
Oh God.
See, that's an age argument. That's an age argument.
I'll
All-
take Vinny
Because
over
they don't
Salah.
play. They don't play on the same side, though.
Yeah.
They don't.
Junior's
Yeah,
doing
no,
on the
yeah,
left.
Drew,
they
you try to
don't,
be
but-
controversial,
no,
man. You try to be controversial, Drew.
no, I'm just
Well,
asking.
That's the kind of choice
But-
that I pass, right? That's
What-
the
what
kind
you
of
should-
option that you give me that I pass. I chicken out. I don't make a choice
What-
because
what
it's a
you should
hard
do-
choice.
Is what you should do in that scenario is they play on the same side as go Vinny Jr. or Luis Diaz. That's the
Oh,
one you
don't
should
put
do.
me in that.
And-
Don't put me in that.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. Now you got Chris coming at you.
That's
And I'll be there
like
too.
telling
We gotta
I got
do
you
him
back.
like
that's
that.
like telling me to choose between my wife and my mom.
Oh
Oh
god.
God.
That's a hard
That's
choice.
Jamie, can
Albert,
you just-
you've always got to be very political in them answers.
I know.
Always got to be very
Really
political in
good
them
on
answers.
that.
Man,
Vinny-
my wife is sitting right here, so
It's your wife.
she's
There you go.
right here.
Go on,
Is
go on,
that the problem though? When we do try to make these ratings or try to evaluate players like Saka to Salah. Salah has a history of doing what he needs, what he's done. You know, he has a history of winning silverware. He has a history of, winning golden boots. He has a history of scoring. He's world class. You can debate whether he's going to continue to be world class or not, or you can say what it is if he's fallen off. But all the same, he's world class. Saka is on the trajectory to become world class. He's having a world class year, as someone else put.
Tremendous player.
Tremendous year. However, even this is why I sometimes get so flustered on this is that Salah at his level in his worst in possibly his worst run of 5 years is still overperforming someone having their best year. It was the same thing for Rashford. Someone brought this up earlier in the year. Rashford's having a tremendous year. He's a tremendous talent. However, one of Rashford's best years is still Salah's worst year. Still on par with Salah's worst year. That alone should be the way that you say, okay, yeah, these players are on trajectory to become Salah's level, but they're not Salah. They're not world class. They're not eating in the same dining hall.
And let me add something to what you're saying, 12th man. To be able to be in Salah's class, we have to compare you when you've played for a team like Liverpool that every Tom, Dick, and Decker in that team gets injured and plays like only 2/3 of the season, and you alone don't get injured, right? That's and you're having an off season. You've scored 20-something goals in all competitions, and people say you're having an off season. That means you're a victim of your own high standards.
Yes,
right?
I agree completely.
Well, I just want
compare-
to hang on, guys. I just want to answer something. Right, I got you to answer this. Salah never stat pads. Go and see. Salah actually is the man for the big occasions. His record against the top six is only got like 50 goals against the top six.
Yeah,
he does. If anything, he's not a stat padder.
Did Jack not drink his coffee this morning? He's going nuts right now.
It's
Can I ask
just,
the panel a question?
Ask Jack whether he's the Jack Napier that I know, that I've been
I
watching.
think it is Jack. It is Jack.
Certain kinds of movies. If he's the
Jack's a
Jack
great guy.
Napier that I've been watching in those movies, he should go back to work.
Jack's a
Because
great
what he's
guy.
saying is
I
not
love
true.
Jack. I love Jack. Jack knows it's all banter. He's a great guy. He's good. He's
Listen,
sticking up for it. He's sticking up
the
for his
guy-
team and his boy like he should.
I mean, it's like this age-old argument of comparing some of these younger strikers and say, oh, they are going to be like Ronaldo or Messi. You have to score 45 goals a season for 20 years. How are you going to do that?
I was gonna say 12 man. I feel like Saka has more of a chance of anywhere being close to Salah than Rashford, because Rashford's 25.
Oh, yeah. I'm not saying Rashford's on trajectory to become world class. I'm just saying he's a talented player. I'm not the type of person that underscores other teams' players simply because they don't play for Liverpool. I can acknowledge talent when I see it, but they're not world class. Rashford's not world class. Having a great year, not world class.
I think Rashford's more like an on and off player. Like one season, then the other season he doesn't play as well. Then he plays well, and he doesn't play. I don't think he's going to be consistent as Salah. More likely Saka. But yeah.
No, but
another thing, right? Saka has kind of like blown up, if that's the right word to use. He's kind of like blown up this year. Let's give him next year, the year after, when he becomes the target of some defenders.
He was playing well last year though as well. It's not just
he had a good year last year.
You can't just have one world class year and then say automatically you're world class. That's a point I'm
because
saying. You have to have consistency, like Uncle Albert saying.
We've seen players have world class years the year after, and the rest they are gone. Where's Dele Alli today? He hasn't even reported for duty in Besiktas.
Listen, Dele Alli is a fashion model. He's not a footballer. He's just.
But at a point in time, he was the next it, right? He was the next best thing. I mean, he was like all over everywhere. Thing is, you need to be able to. I think the crux of this discussion is you need to be able to produce consistently at the highest level. And when you become a target of some serious roughhouse defenders, for example, let Arsenal get to Champions League, and then he's going to face some hard knocks defenders. Then we'll see how good he is.
Yeah.
Mo Salah has done that. Mo is steady going on 31. If he stops playing today, he's done his numbers. He doesn't need to prove anything to anybody.
That is huge. He's getting these numbers in Champions League competition against Champions League competition. He's getting these numbers against obviously the same that Saka's getting in the Prem, but all the same, it is a difference maker when it comes to the competition that you're facing. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think next season we'll definitely really see how good Arsenal is when they're playing Prem and Champ. So we'll see.
Yeah, and I would take Saka on Liverpool. I'm not saying I wouldn't take him, but
I was going to ask a panel question.
Salah.
Yes.
I was going to ask you guys a question. Quick. Who are your top 5 players in?
Hang on, guys. Hang on. I've got to go because the son's just had an accident.
Okay.
My son's just hurt himself, so I've got to.
Oh shit! Okay.
So he's all right. He's all right. He's just scratched up his arm, but he wants me to see him. So I'm gonna have to call it a day there,
maybe
guys.
he wants you to end the chat.
He's showing you his arm. He's showing you his arm. Get out of here. So I'll go end it there, guys. I'll go end it there. Back next Wednesday, guys. Make sure you're back next Wednesday. We'll do more debates and more topics, guys.
I just came back from work a little bit late now.
See you.
No worries, Paul. No worries. See you later, guys. Thank you very much.
Much love.
Bye-bye.